Bleh.
Eh.
Do
Bleh. I'm sorry, I'm finishing my dinner.
Never apologize for dinner.
Well, I'm a little late.
No, you're Pauline Ragney.
I'm a little late, Pauline Ragney.
Is that your full name?
No.
It
I
just
had
keeps going.
I had a good run where I actually got past Gilgamesh.
Oh,
Without to Sephiroth, but like that's progress.
he-
And honestly, I think Sephiroth is going to be easier to learn and beat than Gilgamesh. He's got less attacks to memorize. It's more of a gimmicky fight. Whereas Gilgamesh is like, you get hit once and you fucking die. And then sometimes he just turns you into a frog. There's not much I can do about that. Hmm. Onion? What is it? That's pasta. I don't think you can eat that.
But he wants it.
I don't know. He's smelling, but he's not trying to grab it. It's not bread, so he's not really that interested. You want a tomato onion?
A tomato onion.
Ah, tomatoes. Weirdly, that doesn't seem to interest him either. It's the devil of the devil.
The devil of the devil? The devil in the devil of the devil.
Oh, good, you saw the video where the sound went weird. I'm pretty sure it happened because I like pressed the button to go in like the slow motion menu, like the frame before the match ended, and the game got confused by that, so it just kept playing most of the sounds in slow motion, even though it had not it wasn't in slow motion anymore. Because it fixed itself immediately after I went back into slow motion once. But it is pretty fun because it makes you hear a lot of sounds that you don't usually hear in slow motion. Like the sound of parrying. You can't normally really hear that in slow motion. Because you gotta do it in motion. In gameplay. Well, I guess you could hear it if the AI blocks something during slow motion. I guess I don't know if that ever happened. Anyway. I'm almost done, I swear.
I have not yet begun.
Oh, I also have a piece of lemon pie that I guess I should eat.
Ugh.
I'll grab it. I see a gremlin investigating the desk to see if he can steal something. What are you doing?
He is a little man.
Every time I just step away. Actually, I should grab... I'm sorry, I keep walking away, but I should grab a glass of water.
Remain hydrated. Meow.
Okay, I'm ready for real this time.
Ugh.
Screen
The
share probably.
really ready Ragni.
Screen share might be a thing that I should do for Harriet so she can see the video game.
Ugh.
The video Scrum Patricia Shui Woda.
There we go.
Grab my controller. Right. Okay. Why are you not working, controller? Oh, is it because it was... I don't see why it wouldn't work now. Do I have to restart the game or something? Wait. Oh no, I'm an idiot. Sorry. Hold up.
Oh, you're Pauline.
There we go. I just didn't have the game highlighted.
So I meant to pop out the chat, and I think I minimized it, and now I don't know how to get it back.
Oh no.
Like, where the hell did it go?
Reload the page?
Hang on.
It should appear.
No, it's still gone.
What? What? Just reload the Twitch page. Like, reload, just close the navigator and open it again. I don't know.
disappeared. Yeah.
Or
Hang
like there's, well, if you minimized it, there's a button to make it show up again. Like,
Okay.
uh,
Where did it go?
like at the top,
I,
the top of the chat, there's a button. There's an arrow that left and right that makes it go out and back in.
no, what chat is the issue? Like I hit a thing. I'm pretty sure it said minimize, and then the chat window just disappeared for me, and I can't see it anymore.
What chat?
The chat on Twitch, like, well, in mod view.
I don't know how mod view works. Did it just pop
There's
it
like
out?
a bunch of widgets, and one of them is the chat, and the chat's gone.
No.
I'm trying to find like an option that says like
Okay, I think that's mod view.
bring the chat back. Oh, minimize to dock. I think that's what I hit. Where? Okay, well, where's the dock? What does that mean? Minimize to dock. Where is it?
So like all the widgets have like a name and a little arrow next to the name, and you can just switch which one it is. So you can just pick any of the widgets and switch the one you want to my chat.
Wait, hang on. Chat. Yeah. Drag widgets to add. There's one that's chat. There's one that's chat, but it's like grayed out because it's already added somewhere. Yeah, active mods, activity feed, automod queue, batch reporting tool, chat. But like, yeah, it's grayed out because like Twitch thinks that it's already here. I just hit minimize to dock, and I don't know.
Okay, I don't know what I think we just don't have the same interface, because I don't know what minimize to dock is. I don't see that button anywhere.
Like if you hit the options tab, like the vertical ellipses, it brings up the options, and one of them at the bottom is minimize to dock.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Ugh.
I have users in chat, pop out chat, edit layout. I'm sorry, we're doing technical difficulty. It's not. Harriet, you don't have to keep an eye on chat. It's fine.
I do so.
Then just load up the page in like normal Twitch.
Chat.
It's fine.
Oh, it's at the. Sorry, I found it. It's at the side of the screen. But how do I? Okay. Move to grid. Okay, put it on the side of the screen where I'm used to seeing it. And then smush it.
Are we good? Are we good?
No, we are Pauline Ragney and S. Harriet.
Can we play the video?
Okay,
games?
here we go. All right, so the problem was I usually hit pop out so that I can have the chat prominently on screen along with the screen share, and minimize to dock is right next to pop out, and so I just hit that by mistake, and that's what caused this whole kerfuffle.
Well, did we use Emma Deep in Thought for a whole stream? I don't remember. Did we or did we not?
We did.
Okay, well let's do London. And start episode 2
Woo.
of the Bedevil. The Bedevil. You can choose to play high roller mode. That text doesn't change. Play high roller. High roller. The thrills. We're gonna leave the tutorials enabled because some of them are funny. First question's an easy one. Who's your senator? Methinks. Piece of shit still trying to lie to our faces. Methinks is our senator, man. What, still? Shit, hey, wake up! Ugh. From the top, I guess. Ugh. What is your name? Ikari, yeah. What year is it? 2086. What did you say last time? 2027? Maybe this stuff finally working. Dog does know how to skate. Shake. Shake? Dog does know how to shake. Also how to skate. Got a skateboard. Again, in the head. One thing I said, one thing I asked, anywhere but the head. Well, not my fault if he's got a punchable face. We calibrated yet or what? No. We're as close as we're gonna get with equipment this hold. Get the real questions, or does he need more softening up? I just said I won't soften up at me in the head. How about it? Still with us, hound? You're gonna feel a migraine hit you like a tram in a few seconds. Do me a favor and hold on to the pain. Let's go, and the Barbitasine will drop you like an anchor. Don't want you a vegetable, right? Yeah, that's the spirit. I knew you were a fighter. Question 1. Do you know why you're here? Because you're too spooked to do this over a line? Can you read that one?
Is that London?
No.
Wait, it's not London, but it has it has the color text.
Well, more than one person are yellow today. It's a guy. You'll see him in a minute.
I'm always the right amount of spooked, Red.
Perfect.
When I tell you there's heat, I mean it.
I know I always listen. See? Breathable layers.
God damn it.
God damn it. You left.
Doesn't mean I conceded the point. You're lighter. You memorize the map?
Kept it pretty vague, but yeah, I think it... No. I think I got the gist of it. You're that worried about a paper trail?
Protective analysis should... Protective analyt... Words. Proctiv Analytics just won a state contract for new trolling out. What is with words right now?
Well, a lot of words, those words are very big.
No, it's not that it's big, it's that I don't know where the sentence is going. Okay. Proctiv Nope, fucked it again. Alright, whatever. Proctic Analytics just won a state contract for new trawling algorithms that can de-anon an entire city's blocks crumbs in less than an hour. Okay.
You can get all your info.
Didn't you read the financial section today?
I'm more of a Sudoku gal. We can't all be as well read as Reinhard Diamani.
I'm sending you the links. Read them. And the rest of the news, too. Proposition 492 is going to be on the ballot this year. You shouldn't vote on it blindly.
For a guy who makes the majority of his living operating outside the law, you sure take your civic duties very seriously.
Information brokering isn't illegal. What people choose to do with my advice.
Do you declare the income for it on your taxes? Sorry. I promise to take a like what you sent over. Alright, we got ballot propositions for the next election stuff. I guess we'll take a quick look. He really wants us to, pay attention. There's proposition 436 to the petition for city council commission cost analysis on public schooling. Yeah, that sounds boring. 492 492.1a, funding an Atlas Pillar rejuvenation projects. Sponsored by Schopenhauer Industries, Wickham. Voting aye on this measure will direct City Council to fund the renovation and reinforcement of multiple Atlas pillars around the lower wards. Which, if you kind of remember, this city is kind of like Midgar. It has like an upper city and a lower city. The lower wards are the lower city, and the pillars it seems like the pillars threaten to just sort of crumble at some places, so they might be renovating the pillars, which seems like
yeah, but
it
where's
would be
the pizza?
the rotted pizza. Seems like a pretty decent thing to do, but one thing to point out is so they're saying that the renovation would bring a lot of jobs and a lot of money in the lower wards. But the thing is, if people know where the renovations are going to be done, specifically, they can like game the system and get a lot of money from the state by just having property next to the pillars.
So this is the empty plot.
The what?
The empty plot. Yakuza 0.
Kinda, yeah. I think the empty plot was even more of a like technicality than this is. But yeah. This is basically the empty plot. Renaming Atlas Pillars to honor local community figures. Just who gives a shit? Commission of report on victim of acid snow. Acid snow, is that like pollution bullshit? I don't know. I read the one that's important. You wouldn't know that if you played the game the first time. You would read all of them, but I don't have I do not have it in me to read all of these articles entirely. They're very long and very wordy, so I'm just mentioning the one that's important.
How can you be this calm? A chance like this doesn't come around, well, ever. Frankly, I'm still surprised they were willing to put up the funds it took to commission this thing.
What do you think changed?
Nothing ever changes in the lower wards, like war. Is what I would say if I was feeling dramatic.
The lower wards have changed.
Heartbreak made organized crime look like a bunch of cowards hiding under rocks. This is what I would say if I was feeling comedic.
Don't joke about Heartbreak before sending a woman off into the lower wards by herself.
Because you're such a delicate flower in need of protection.
Yeah, here's Morgan's profile for this episode. Likes power washers, blend shops, prime numbers. Dislikes lectures, felt the violin. Plays blackjack, Texas Hold'em, CeeLo, Mahjong, and E-card. Favorite flower, the funny-looking red ones, which apparently is Licorice radiata. And she likes her eggs fried and runny. How about you start feeling analytic and give me your real answer?
Fine. In my humble opinion, the Rust made the first move. Demand for their products has gone up, so they set to work with their syringes and cleavers and vans. Mobile chop shops hunting for product to fill the supply gap. Pauline, you're you're muted.
Damn it! Why did I mute myself? Probably because I'm eating a piece of lime. Supply gap. You can't spit without it landing on a Vitruvian clinic. How is the biggest it's ever been? What mods aren't being printed to demand?
It's replacement parts, not the mods that the Rust harvest. Vitruvian, How, and all the others aren't interested in helping you fix a faulty pump. They just want to sell you a whole new model. The rust might not always be pretty to look at, but even law-abiding citizens will gladly swallow their distaste for a discount that steep.
A lot of modders are veterans, not easy prey.
Correct. Hence the rust stockpiling weapons, and in response...
Blue blood sending escalation.
That's just my hypothesis. If I ever get pulled into an alley and wake up missing a kidney, we'll call it a formal theory.
So the Rust is a criminal organization that's not really like a gang. It's like a collection of smaller gangs. It doesn't have like a big authority like the Yakuza would. And apparently most of what they do is just like attack mod users and like cut their mods off and resell the parts. They seem to be the least agreeable sort in the criminal underworld. It's not like we're talking about a weapon of mass destruction. What makes the Blues think they can win a gang war with it?
Maybe they found the right soldier to wield it.
The idea lingers in the air for a moment as I gaze out the window. Windows and neon and advertisements galore float up past us like bubbles of air as we make our ascent. Down in our beautiful city's scenic lower wards.
How's this part go again?
Through me this way to the city of woe. Through me the way to eternal pain. Through me the way among the lost. Hey, she's quoting Inferno. I don't know if that's Dante.
Well, you're supposed to say she's quoting Dante regardless.
Okay, this is Dante. Hey, she's quoting Dante.
She's turning goldfish into Jaws. Welcome to the underworld, Dante. Sometimes hot, sometimes misty, sometimes choking with poison, always dark.
That the official forecast?
More accurate than whatever's fuck. Between the skyscrapers, the generators, the turbines, and the canopy. Every city block's got its own climate down here.
9 circles of fresh hell.
If you get the reference, say something. Don't make me feel crazy for 5 minutes so you can feel smart for 5 seconds.
The smog of the lower wards lingers on your skin long after you make the climb back out. This place clings to you. Unwanted, clawing attachment. But there's an honesty to all human interaction down here that makes it trivial for me to navigate. It's got a nightlife rife with opportunities for someone with my particular interests.
Sorry I couldn't get you anything else to work with.
It was short notice.
I know better than to bet against you by now, Red. Still.
It's sweet of you to worry, but this is a surefire thing.
Spoken like a true addict.
I mean it. I'm here for business, not pleasure. I don't plan on leaving anything to chance. Avoid the populated streets. Turn away from brightly lit spots. Follow the trail of graffiti and broken cameras. Past food stands and steam vents. Down the rabbit hole. It sounds more complicated than it actually is in practice. It's easy to end up on the wrong side of town as long as you're trying. It's easy to end up on the wrong side of town as long as you're trying to. Reinhardt's map narrowed the search to a lot more than I expected, but I'll be on my own from here on out. It's gotta be one of these 3 buildings. So let's go over what I know. I'm looking for a base of operation for a mid-tier kind of pod. Rougher than a storefront, but not as fortified as a headquarters. A location that makes customers feel safe, not trapped. Of course, if I just start knocking on doors, they'll probably find me with weapons drawn. So if I want to be smart about this, I better use all my senses. Well, this place looks like shit. Looks more like a hunt, just dry enough for users to pass out in than anything else. It's plenty inconspicuous, but a dealer of the level I'm looking for would be considered a man-made. A made man. Respectable. I doubt they'd be willing to have to step over trash constantly just to keep a low profile. Windows are all dark, no one's home. But they're all shut too, so it could be that they're just tinted. L is clear. Fire escape's still here, for the most part. Could pass for an alternate exit if need be. And that door looks sturdy enough to bounce a bullet off. Someone's been renovating. A bit cleaner than the other buildings around here. Could be someone spending money on upkeep. Or maybe this one's just been torn down and rebuilt the least. There are a couple bodies lingering around outside it. They don't exactly have that organized criminal associate edge. Which, in this world, they shorten to Orca. Or when someone says Orca, it refers to criminals. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. A lot of pods will pay civilians good money just to keep their eyes open. Certainly dark. There's a camera out front and it's not broken. Overall, it's probably just some mechanic garage that shuts down the power to save money at night. Okay, might as well pull the trigger. Dingy, but not a shithole. Some secure features, but the paint's not too shiny. Goldilocks takes it. This is my best bet. But why do I feel like I'm being watched? Hey! Great acting. You're supposed to be the lowcat? Red Hood. What'd you say? People come down here to be anonymous, or the closest thing to it in the modern day. It's considered poor etiquette to stare at anyone for more than a moment. It's a faux pas to make an effort to remember someone. Commenting on another's dress isn't a slap to the face, but it is odd. Go away? At least they can take direction. Whatever. A lookout just being around just confirms that I picked the right building. Time to try the door. What'll make them open it? Call, money, or knock? Which one should we do? Hey! You open! Maybe not for me. No answer? Should I have tried knocking in a pattern? Shaving a haircut? No, that would be silly. I have money! Actually, I have a dark card! That should have provoked a reaction. A grunt, footsteps, something. I place my hand against the door absent-mindedly, ready to move to plan B. And I feel movement. Locks being checked, perhaps a doorknob palmed. Anxiety and curiosity pit against one another by a non-looking greed. How do you enter a closed room? First you try pushing. When that doesn't work, naturally you... forget it. I'll find some other... No need for master keys or any other trickery. If you know what you're doing, doors will open for you. You can open doors with rhetoric. Like magic. Door's not the only thing that's been reinforced around here. This apartment building? Motel? Whatever it used to be, someone made a lot of effort to file it down. Hallways blocked off with chicken wire and stripped furniture. Access panels ripped out, doors wielded shut. They took a maze and ground it down into a one-way street. Maybe a shooting gallery. With blaring musical accompaniment. I don't get any ideas, got no vacancy. And here I thought I found my dream home, mister? Call me Trey. I'm Trey. I'm a freelancer. I like vending machines and skate parks and ice chips. I don't like rich kids, fried food, or cops. I have 3 arrests for loitering. I have 2 arrests for larceny on conviction. No incidents on record for truancy. Too bad we're closed this month. Wait, you're serious? You rent these out? Of course we do. This is a business. Right, and you see a lot of demand? This is the lower wards, bitch. He sighs the word without emphasis, unlike the way I read it. Like a subconscious honorific. But I'm not honored. I'm not honored, but I can't find it in myself to be offended either. Tons of straight ducks will pay top for a site to lay low a night or 2. I can see why. Just the hallway, the rooms are clean. Sure. Look, the doors are heavy, the locks are all physical and it's quiet. So this is a safe house for rent. Safe rooms for rent. Like I said, we're not open for business right now. Curious. Come on up the stairs already. And no mask when we get up there. And curious, sir. A good mask is like a good pair of boots in the lower wards. Keeps you clean, keeps you moving. Makes your journey a dozen times more comfortable. If you leave the house barefoot, you can expect to bring back something unsavory attached to you. It's not odd for him to be barefaced, but demanding that I not wear mine is... Seriously, stuff it in your pocket now. Agree, refuse, deflect? I forgot I was wearing it. Why so nervous, though? We're not. I mean, I ain't nervous. Nothing to worry about, then. Yeah, but you need to lose the gloves, too. Oh, so that's their game. This isn't a power move, it's insurance. If this place ever gets busted, evidence of my visit will be all over the place. They're giving their customers extra incentive to make sure this shithole remains a hidden gem. A reasonable idea on their part, but it doesn't change my answer. Refuse, refuse, refuse. Which one should we pick, Harriet?
I was thinking of refuse, but let's go with refuse.
That's not happening.
Bitch. Whatever, it's often explaining to the boss so you can't follow basic instructions.
But that sounds fun.
Watch it, you're a guest here.
A guest? I'm a paying customer. If you try to get me to remove any more articles of clothing, I'm leaving a scathing review.
You haven't paid yet. Come on.
Right behind you. Through here?
Yeah, hey, I'll get the door.
Howdy! Where the hell did you find her?
Must have fallen out of the canopy like right past shit fruit. She did fall out of the damn sky. I mean, Trey opened the door for her. Right, Trey?
Tanks, come on. That's Tanks. He's violent. He's got 2 arrests for assault and 3 arrests for grand theft 2 conviction. He's been in jail for 18 months. He likes parkour.
How hard is it to not open a goddamn door?
Well, she has...
Shut up!
The others aren't fazed by his volume. This is normal. The big guy's always like this. But his outburst is giving me a moment to take in the scenic view. Brings a tear to the eye.
You.
Me?
Who else? Hit that!
A cigarette. It's laced with drugs.
Or don't. I'd love to an excuse to kick her ass back down the stairs.
They think I'm a cop? They think I'm a cop and cops can't use drugs when undercover? I could quote them the exact law that invalidates this legal defense, but I gather that wouldn't assuage their concerns.
Well, what's it gonna be?
Well, are we smoking the drug or are we not smoking the drug?
I feel like if we're talking about not leaving evidence of your visit, putting your lips on a cigarette is a bad idea.
I agree. That was in your mouth, man.
What?
Sorry, it's not that you're bad looking, it's just...
Trey, who the hell is this? This red bitch. You trying to jinx us?
She's a customer. I can't remember what voices I'm doing for these guys.
I know she's a customer. We got customers every day of the goddamn year. Why do you have to bring her in here tonight?
There we go. This is it. I found the place.
Well, Creek, she's got. Look at me. Don't talk to Creek. Don't talk to Creek. Talk to me.
She's got a dark card.
I rang the cereals downstairs. Scanner got hot like a hand warmer trying to crunch it, so it's legit, right?
Dark card, huh? I'm Creek. I'm an entrepreneur. I like making money and friends. I don't like doctors. Grand theft, case dismissed due to lack of evidence. Extortion, case dismissed due to witness recanting. Pronouns, any. He's the least arrested of them. Or, well, not necessarily. I nod. Hard not to say... Had not to start playing a little more conservatively once you know the stakes. Whatever the specifics of their leadership structure, they're all looking up to this Creek right now. But I don't know his rhythm yet, so I can't exactly match it. For the moment, silence is golden.
Yeah, but tonight, Creek? With all the other shit we're expecting to shovel?
Hey, shouldn't make talk like that in front of a customer. Customer? You'd think the word was old toothpaste the way he spat it out. Translation, outsider.
Thanks, yeah, Miller, I know.
That's Miller. He's a tradesman. He likes horror films, bubblegum, and terrariums. He does not like bookies, gin, or cops. I don't think any of them like cops. I mean, does anyone like cops?
Some cops do. I was gonna say cops, but that I have to qualify that.
They say
with
they
some
do.
cops.
I'm not convinced. I don't think they like each other. 4 arrests, 4 convictions of vandalism. Extortion, 2 arrests, 0 conviction. It's no littering incident.
All the more reason we should tell this bitch she gets lagged. Look, she's here now. Why not take her money? You know what? I got a better idea.
Apply directly to the forehead. The loud one, Tanks, is pressing a barrel directly into my forehead.
Why not take her for all she's got?
The metal feels cool on my skin. Reminds me of a stethoscope. Breathe in. Try not to sigh at that theatrics. Instead, I make eye contact with Creek. Hey now. You can put that away. He reholstered his firearm without so much as a click of the tongue. Mid-tears, like I thought. They got something approaching discipline. Mind the safety!
Get screwed.
Heh. So we good?
We're good. We're good, right, Creek?
Threading a thin needle, lady. A lot of moving parts near the surface here. Neath the surface here. Give me a minute to clear my schedule for you. Make yourself at home in the meantime. Just don't hover, yeah? Of course. You won't even notice I'm here. Yeah, we can examine what's happening here. You doing inventory over here? Ouch. Must have caught you on the worst night of the quarter. Quarter? This ain't a mega operation, lady. We take our inventory daily. Torture.
Gonna suggest we put it all down on a spreadsheet and get everyone to sign off every hour? We got a special name for anything with more than one signature on it. A cricket case. I don't remember what that is. I don't know. I don't want to read all this. He's corrupting the CRICO acronym a lot, but his risk assessment isn't misguided. Paperwork brings down more criminal organizations than guns ever will. Give a half-decent accountant one thread to pull on and they can rip apart the mafia in less than a business day. Hey, what Creek say? Don't hover. It's only hovering if I'm bothering you. Am I bothering you? If you were bothering me, you'd know it. Did I interrupt the game? What's your poison? 5-card? Full blind? Monaco rolls? Are those games? We just screw around with whatever we got to kill time, lady. You know your stuff. You ever play around here? No, man. The hell? You go slamming for card games? No, man. Have I seen you at a game before? Maybe up by the 30s? Sorry, must have been some other redhead. Damn, thought I finally got my second chance at getting that Wow, I messed up that sentence completely. How are you doing, Harriet?
I'm over here.
So you are. That's not my water, that's Onion's water.
Did you drink Onion's water?
No! Just a sip.
You're very thirsty.
I forgot which one was mine. We used the same kind of cup, because Onion decided this cup was his. Damn.
That's right.
Thought I'd finally gotten my second chance at getting that beauty's contacts. You practiced that one a lot? Practiced it a little. How's it working? Keep practicing. You good, buddy? Looking a little sweaty. Well, that's just because I was exercising before you showed up. Uh-huh. Bitch, you don't believe me? How do you think we defend what's ours down here? I assume the gun I was acquainted with now just played a role. Think we can afford to break the bank on bullets? It's easy to buy a gun, pulling the triggers. Also easy. Like kissing it goodbye, it'll rat you out the first chance it gets. An aversion to firearms would explain the relatively low fatalities for gang-related violence. The big names can afford to buy a new gun every week, but for everyone beneath them it comes down to crowbars, clubs, knives, and mods. Well, I'm sure you all do very well in your fistfights. Fistfights is juvie. Sounds like recess shit. Sorry, fisticuffs? Laugh it up. The first time you hear the sound of a steel arm makes caving a skull in, you get exactly how we operate. Right, sorry. What? Nothing, you're just kind of glaring at me. It's my job to glare at suspected bitch just like here. Thanks is just superstitious. Though I wouldn't call it a superstition until it stops keeping you alive. I'm not! Did I pass a black cat on my way in or something? It's your clothes. Again? Didn't know your fine establishment had a dress code. It's not a code, it's just bad goddamn luck to wear red. I'd like to see red, man. Same thing. Nah, you see, the Red Hood, then... No, you see the Red Hood, then you fear for your life. Cosplaying as her is weird, but it won't doom you. Great, it only doom us. I don't think I've heard this particular ghost story, boys. Really? You're blending in so well. The Red Rider Hood? The Shinigami? Grim Reaper of the Lower Wards? Spot her on a misty night, end up dead by morning light. Come on, Craig, don't start that shit when you don't even believe it. Don't have to believe it to have heard the rhyme. You've never heard of the Red Rider Hood? Little girl in the fog with a big raincoat?
Also called the Raincoat Killer.
Yeah, that's what I would call a little girl. Yeah.
Yeah, the Raincoat Killer was a little girl. That's the twist of that game, right? Misted in the crossfire of a shootout between pigs and robbers, wanders the ward seeking revenge. No, never.
I was gonna make reference to Don't Look Now, but like, the twist of Don't Look Now is that it's not a little girl, it's a little person.
I don't remember Don't Look Now. What is that?
It's a
Is it a thing SCF played?
no, it's a horror movie. It's an old one. It's based on a short story. I remember that the short story makes a reference to the fact that the characters fuck. Like, it just says that they do it, and like that's the full description. The movie goes with it.
So shows more of it.
There's a whole scene.
All right. Well, I mean, it's a movie. You want to see them fuck, I guess. I thought even Reptarners knew this stuff about, like, the fucking and the Raincoat Killer and the... What am I talking about? You're gonna tell me you never heard of the Cyberpunk or the Little Lord Next? I guess I don't have a good ear for this kind of thing.
Maybe you're just not as smart as you think you are.
Says the grown man sweating because of a ghost story. How about I take extra care not to walk under any ladders for the rest of the night, and we can call it even? Walk under any... Why would you even find a... Oh, did you mean step ladder?
I was afraid you look pale as spit.
I don't think you can really walk under a stepladder.
For some reason, I just got the horrible feeling that a reference is being tortured right now. Are we gonna get one every episode?
Yeah, Pauline.
What is it?
Hi.
Hello? What is it? You said, yeah, Pauline. Does that mean you want to talk to me?
Hi.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going now. Anything else to look at over here? That door is nearly as sturdy as the one out front, but a lot more slapped together. What was it originally? That a walk-in freezer or something? What? No, we had an agreement about hovering, yeah? Yeah. It's barred from this side. Alright, come here, pull up a chair. Let me ask you something before we get started. What was your first job? Waitress. Waitress. You remember this feeling? 9 p.m., diners filter out, doors close at 10. Y'all start turning off the grills, taking out the trash, settling down. And then some mouth breathers comes in at night 40 with big blank eyes expecting you to find him a table. Yeah. Yeah, asshole behavior. Not breaking any rules, can't arrest him, can't shoot the guy. Even if you wanted to. So, related note, you're here to buy. A paying customer. Happy to have you. Just read the room, okay? Sure. And no haggling. What you're here for? Well, can't be honest about that. Time to build the story. This Creek seems less high-strung than the others. He must have a few years and a couple promotions under his belt. He might be on the 3rd floor at the moment, but in spirit he's still on the street, earning. Everyone above him is in more managerial positions. He's in between crowds, isolated. And he seems entertained by my poke at the big guy. Putting that all together, I'm not actually here for myself. Truth is, I can't hear anything over the damn screen. I grab the remote sitting on the edge of the desk and turn off the screen. Oh, that's better.
The hell did you do that for?
It was too loud.
We like it loud. Screws with bugs and wires and cops. And you're a cop?
Keeping it at that volume could damage your ears. You'd end up yelling all the time. Relax, Tanks. Like I was saying, I'm actually here for someone else. My boss, to tell you the truth. Yeah, that sucks. Does your regional manager want a made-to-order heart attack at his retirement party or something? You're not that far off. His son's turning 18. He wants a party. An organic party. Hell, that's supposed to mean. Hell if I know. But a coworker let it slip that I smoked a few times in college. So boss goes and hand me his DAR card, slap me on the ear and sends me down here. Told me to get everything his son needs for the best graduation ever. Yeah, that's rough. Pretty lady like yourself shouldn't be stuck running errands at this hour. Not in this part of the city. It's not safe. Speaking of which, Miller? Stand up, raise your hands. I oblige, but the lanky one keeps staring at me oddly, looking me up and down. It's not complimentary, he's searching for something. See, normally, I would never be this poor of a host to such a nice customer, but boss is, right? Yeah. Mine have been real micromanaging lately. It's kind of becoming a problem. So, we're taking a little more care around new faces. Tucked inside her jacket, around the left pocket. His eyes aren't modded. Did I give it away with my body language? Something you want to share with the class? Forgot I had that, maybe? Yes, I have a knife on me. Should I have declared that on my papers? Would have been the polite thing to do, yeah. Sorry for the poor manners. But a pretty lady like me in this part of town. Guess I was just being careful around new faces. Alright.
You're letting her keep it.
Got you. I got you here to protect us. Have to wonder, though. Why the high-power corporate mover shaker come in person? Why come to us? Why not cross the skywalk over to the nearest Ikaria-owned dispensary? Cagey tonight, aren't we, boys? The hell are they so suspicious for? Who are the Ikaria? That name sounds vaguely familiar, but... well, I can read between the lines. They're the competition. So if these blue bloods are being this cautious around a paying customer, I can shame them over it. I mean, sure, everyone knows the Ikaria have taken the lion's share of the city. I just didn't realize they had a monopoly, too.
And get it straight. The Ikaria want to be on top anymore once we... Never mind.
Can we not do business? No one said that. What it'll be? Well, I don't want any of these kids choking on their own foam. Even if it'd be funny to watch. I figured I'd just buy a bunch of downers and maybe a handful of uppers. Let half of them get high of the atmosphere. Downers, huh? We got the new titration of lime. Lasts for hours. Yeah, they can stir it into their watered down beers. Wait, new titration? No one's gonna shit themselves, are they? No. Not until the morning, at least. Alright, well, I can live with that. What you got on the other end? Got plenty, long as they don't mind hippos. Hypodermics? I feel like these baby shark types would get nervous around needles. You got anything they can inhale? Well, I got a lot of nerve. Fast bump, high plateau, smooth ride down. Our bestseller. Sounds great. Unfortunately, it's in high demand, so it's a nirvana. It's nerve is a
Yeah, that's the pretzel life.
pretzel life. Nirvana initiative. I can follow along. It's a euphoriant with mild hallucinogenic properties. I get that he's selling me drugs, but does he really have to sell me drugs? Hey, it's not my card anyway. Charge it. Gladly. Typing away at his tablet like this, he almost looks white collar.
It checks out, right? The cereal's legit, so...
Yeah, man. That's monument alarm is ringing and I need to turn it down.
He's a little man and he needs his food.
I don't know
when
why I
he
keep
needs
onion
it.
alarm. It's like the feeder gives him food automatically. I don't even need the alarm anymore.
But it's important.
It's encrypted, Trey. It's not meant to be a one-time purchase.
Dark card, the gold standard of untraceable fund transfer among the criminal and financial elite. Your average citizen wouldn't recognize it as anything special. It looks like any other credit or debit card. Only reason I recognized it is because they got flashed all the time back at my apprenticeship. Mostly for drawing lines, but sometimes for purchasing. Hard to convert the funds back into cash, but if you want to buy or sell on the black market, you couldn't ask for better. So what the hell is going on? I'm dangling some very enticing bait here. An amenable mark, spending money that's not her own. They should be salivating over me. Instead, they're practically X-raying me. Why? Interesting decor. Finally, someone notices. It's nice, right? It's called cherrywood. Redid the paint myself with a finish I had imported. It's a nice piece of furniture, Creek. I was referring to your paperweight. Oh, yeah, that. You like it? Do we like the sword?
Do you like swords?
I mean, I like swords. Does Morgan like swords? Does Morgan want to pretend she likes swords? I think I said no.
Why would you bring up pretending to like swords?
I don't know. So that this guy likes her?
But what if she... Why wouldn't she like swords?
I don't know. I'll say yes, because I think I said no in when I played. Sure. It has a certain rustic simplicity. Though it's not exactly gleaming. Have you considered giving it a polish? Well, that'd be a crime. Oh? Polishing off the battle scars from a hard-won prize. Prize, it's not yours. Something I picked up on the job. A masculine voice, muffled, possibly gagged, and stifled, as if pained. Seems like I'm not their only guest tonight. Really wish you'd left the music on, lady. Sorry, you say something? I completely spaced out just now. Didn't hear a word you said. Okay, that's okay. I didn't say anything.
Guess you aren't so stupid you can't even mind your own business.
Speaking of my business, how are we looking? Card still processing. Sorry about that. Guess it takes time to snare a wire through enough pinholes that even the almighty state can't track it. Takes power too, apparently. Battery's plummeting. But dark card. Almost more trouble than it's worth. Definitely didn't do its previous owner any good. Before I'm pounded off his corpse. I like how my brain, when I'm trying to read text, my brain just add S's everywhere, even though that's not how language works. Your boss must be a careful guy, delegating you to come down here with this. Yeah, maybe. Not very smart, though. He has no idea what any of this shit costs. Oh. If I treat myself after I finish you, it's not like he'd ever know the difference. Good on you, ripping off the bastard. A woman after my own heart. There it is. Now I just need 2 thumbs and a password for verification, and we're golden. There a problem?
Yeah, is there a problem?
No, no problem. Sorry, it's just something I heard. What's that? That the Blue Bloods had gotten something special in recently. Can't trust anything you hear out there. Or read. Or see. No, of course not. But is it true? A no mask? Like the man said, you gotta be careful what stories you listen to. Come on, what could it even cost? What could it even cost? Couple thousand? I wouldn't know. I'm no art appraiser. But I do know that it's rare. Fun fact, no means talent, but I don't think that translation does it justice. Less than a dozen people on the planet who can make them.
What's so special about it? I'm slowly turning into Birdly.
Is Bursley.
I mean, them, if they exist, which they don't. If you want a mask, you already got one on your chin, lady. State puts up cameras, we put on masks. State add layered scans, we wear helmets. High-tech climbs higher, low-tech punches lower, back and forth up the escalators. But a no-mask's got tech that can't be answered. Scissors sharp enough to cut rocks. Anti-facial recognition fractalized active defense. Any camera, scanner, or ad looking at that mask, they'll see a face, within a face, within a face, within a face, until fatal error. Forget hiding from cameras, searching for blind spots. With a no mask, you could just walk down the busiest street in the city. Actually, it's the... yeah, I think it just tells you about the actual theater no mask. And break every camera in half a kilometer. You know your stuff. Buyer beware. But if this mask could do half of what you think it could, anyone who got their hands on it wouldn't part with it easily. So how much? Huh. More than you can afford, that's for sure. I don't know about that. Got some pretty nice stock options. Maybe you do have the money, that's not the issue. I can't sell it, it's already been spoken for. End of discussion. Well, sure, you can't sell something that's been spoken for. But things get misplaced all the time. Delivery carriers showing up at the wrong address. Missing packages ending up in the back of storage facilities. Merchandise falling off the back of the proverbial truck. Yeah, you weren't sent here on some errand. Shit. What is it? Take a long look, boys, because you may never get another chance. We're breathing the same air as a genuine consultant. He's some kind of mega spy? If I was, couldn't exactly come out and say, now could I? Oh shit! Is it really this easy? Yeah, that's some real smart talk. Now give me one reason I shouldn't paint your brains onto the wall. Because I haven't paid for my purchase? Definitely got the nerves of consultants. They teach you that at some fancy uptown corporate school? Was it something you were born with?
You know, they say you got the nerves to be a consultant, but the one consultant that we definitely met had a bad case of nerves.
Well, yes, but that was after years of pretending to have nerves. I don't know. Look, they don't actually know anything. They're just thugs.
Those thugs.
Something I was born with. Probably. But believe it or not, I'm glad we're having this conversation. Honesty always speeds up the negotiation. So in the spirit of cooperation, why don't you start being honest too? How's that? You don't want my money, traceable or otherwise. Only reason you'd entertain a customer while in the middle of whatever bottleneck you're keeping behind that door is because I have something rare that you desperately need. Don't assume desperation or need. How about wants? You want the dark card account itself, not whatever shitcoin currency it holds. Why's that? To steal from your bosses. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. They're the ones stealing from us. Yeah, I'm sure you have very legitimate grounds for a wage theft suit, but I don't care. Whether it's for running away, skimming off the top, or just as insurance, you want a wallet they won't have eyes on. And since your tall friend hasn't misted me yet, it seems like you're willing to barter for it. I pressed the button too fast. So, the card for the mask. Not even close. The card plus 2/4 worth of my salary. That's near... Nah, sister, you don't have the cash for this purchase. And it ain't the kind of thing you can get a loan from the bank. I don't like it, but... No cash, then. Might as well try it. What about information instead? Well, I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it would have to be one hell of a piece of intel. I could even give you heartbreak. Wait, what'd she say? Funny. That is funny. Heartbreak. The most famous anarcho-terrorist in the country. At some Meg's beck and call. Upgraded to anarcho-terrorist now? Ugh. Lots of people are laughing very hard, having shorted the right stocks before each of its kills. Hold up, seriously? No! Why do people buy this conspiracy shit so easily? I don't get your joke. Why would we want Heartbreak? To learn from him? Make an example of him? Hire him? You Blue Bloods have been fighting the Rust, the Ikaria, the state, and everyone who wants a piece of for decades. Yet Heartbreak's gotten more notoriety than all of you combined in only a few months. There's really nothing you'd want to say to him? Nothing you'd want to ask him? If he was sitting right in front of you? The following scenes contains... loud noises. Flashes of light. Depictions of violence and gore. Hell of a bluff, I'll give you that. I thought it was worth a try. Sorry, just procrastinating having to go back to my superiors empty-handed. No, it was a good effort. Good effort. I mean, I'm still interested in the dark art, it's just... that mask is a death sentence. Crafted specifically for one very special customer. I'm just the one given the honor of hanging on to it until... Sounds like you've got your own office politics to worry about. Getting pulled in every direction. I know the feeling. Well, that was a bunch of drama for nothing. You gonna buy or what, Creek? Oh, I'm still buying. Not for some kid's party, obviously. Plan is we're gonna spike the competition at this meet and greet. May the customer think they're drooling idiots. The mask was always a long shot. I was just personally curious. Curiosity can get you in trouble down here at the bottom of the world. Don't worry. I like to think I know a thing or two about discretion. I can see that. Let's wrap this up then. Your password on your thumbs, please. Sure. I'll just take off my gloves here. Oh yeah. I make a snap with my right hand as my left extends towards the desk. Viewer discretion is advised! Real quick, before I forget, do you have a bag for all of this?
Yeah, actually got a few in that. The hell?
Only needed to distract him for a second. Less than one heartbeat. I love that she looks like a gremlin in this drawing.
I did tell him to mind the safety.
The big one made a small noise as he looked down to see that his own gun had blown a fist-sized chunk out of his torso.
Oh,
He jumped fast. I was expecting to blow his head off. From behind, a motion, shaped charging toward me. Spinning left, I draw my knife, exhale, and lower my shoulders. There. A loudly broadcast haymaker swinging from his right. Bad instinct. He must have gotten used to those sparklers making people flinch. I step in, and his bicep smacks dully onto my shoulder, as I place my knife directly into his neck. He's gripping that knife with all the strength he has left. Wait, is he really gonna try to pull it? Someone's been stabbed? What do? When applying first aid to a puncture wound, removing the foreign object is not recommended, as it can greatly increase the rate of blood loss. Another bad instinct. Oxygen cut off to the brain, already losing vision.
Red.
And dropped with all the grace of a garbage bag hitting the bottom of the dumpster. So that just leaves... Hasn't moved a muscle, newest member, weakest in the pack. Personally, I wouldn't have given the new guy guard duty, but hindsight's 2020. The gun's double-barreled, 2 shots span. Miller still has my knife in a literal death grip. I'll have to improvise for this last one. What the hell? Why not?
Oh shit.
Though, come to think of it, how do you use this thing? Aim for the bleachers, I guess.
Of the devil. Episode 2.
How you doing, Harriet?
I miss Harriet.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm over here.
Okay, that was all the violence of this chapter, by the way. How, I don't know, I just didn't know if that was gonna be, too much or not.
No, that was.
I don't
as
know
far as
what
ultra violence goes, that was fine.
I don't know where your level is, okay? I just want to be careful.
It's not so much like violence as it is. I don't know, like reactions, the way that it's taken in. I don't know.
Barely got 3 centimeters into his neck. Must have hit a vertebrae and stopped dead. Still got the job done after a few whack, but... Well, it was my first time with a sword. And I've never been very good at anything the first time. I've always needed lots of practice.
Why'd you put your fingerprints on it?
Okay, the music should have deadened the sound of the gunfire. That gun was heavily modified. If it somehow still has its tags, they can't possibly be functioning properly. So I've got a window of opportunity. First things first, gloves back on.
Ugh, shit.
Wow, someone's lively.
Who the hell?
Some kind of mod keeping him alive? A cruelty under his circumstances. I could hear that slug tear his intestines apart. The pain alone should have knocked him out cold, yet his fingers are limp, his eyes sharp. Paralyzed.
There are rolls, I thought.
Blood's pulling fast. You've got 4 minutes.
4 minutes for what?
Everything.
You're an Omega assassin? You're too talkative. Who sent you, Fox? Gray Lady? All that red.
You're the Gray Fox. You're under arrest for all kinds of stuff.
Should've. You the Rusts knew it. Rabid Dog? Caribou?
It's cute how you all give each other nicknames.
You're civilian?
Where's the mask?
Well, go to hell.
You just looked right at the desk drawer. I thought you said you played poker. Need your keys.
Civilian thief?
Theft is victimless. It's robbery when violence is involved.
So you're just out of your goddamn mind.
I'm the last person you'll ever talk to, Creek. Your choice, but you really want to be rude?
You seem like you can take it.
The key clicks into the small safe, and I pull upon the door to reveal paperwork. Pages after page of spreadsheets and diagrams and text, all printed in red. Is this important?
So considerate. Nah, just throw it anywhere.
Okay.
I was joking.
3 minutes now. Sarcasm will cost you time you don't have. There it is, a gleaming darkness at the back of the safe.
So that's it. You, all this, all of us? For that? Just for that?
I get asked that question a lot. Would you feel better if I had killed you for a different reason? If I had a good reason for blowing a hole in your stomach? Would it have hurt any less? You've still got more than 2 minutes, plenty of time. I could spin up whatever fairy tale you'd like to put you to bed. I bring the mask to my face, and for a brief moment, the surface seems to writhe. Is it trying to adjust itself to me?
Suppose it makes sense. Suppose it makes sense you wanting a mask so bad. That was as hideous as you on the inside. Wouldn't want to go barefaced either. Hit a nerve? Must be the worst kind of feeling, being seen. Seen by someone you can't even hurt anymore. Well, I see you. Heartbreak. Yeah, big bad faceless heartbreak. I'm just a dumbass punk, but even I could make you out.
Don't flatter yourself. It's not that you're It's not that you're particularly perceptive. I just don't have anything to hide when a corpse is talking.
First honest thing you've said. So what gives, HBK? You're clearly not an idealist. All the terrorism, rebellion theories out the window. You go around killing cause your daddy smack you around? Your mommy not hug you enough?
My father never laid a hand on me. My mother hugged me a sufficient amount.
So what the hell's your excuse?
I don't make excuses.
What's the hell wrong with you?
Less than a minute now. I could spend that time making up a diagnosis if you'd like. Or would you prefer I just come over here and squeeze?
How many?
Another question straight out of the greatest hits. How can I put this? How many times have you eaten bread?
Never! Got a gluten thing, bitch!
Whatever. Point is, I am not a collector. This is not my hobby. I do not keep count. There is no code. I do what I want as often as I want to.
Do what thou wilt, all of the law. Is that it?
Don't know what you're referencing, but from where you're sitting, do I really look like the law-abiding type? I bring the mask back down to my face, and again, its surface seems to shudder.
Forget it. At least I know you deserve what's coming.
I've heard a lot of empty threats in People's Last Moments Creek. They're never that memorable.
Told you that mask was a death sentence. That it was spoken for. They called in a huntsman from overseas. Home turf. Huntsman can become anyone. Go anywhere, kill anything. Supposed to come over and slaughter the rest. That mask was part of his payment. He'll be looking for it.
Possession is 9/10 of the law.
The hell's that supposed to mean?
Finders keepers.
Forget it. I don't need to scare you. Huntsman. Hunter. Too much meaning lost. Always thought it better translation was pelt taker. He'll find you, flay you alive, wear your skin, then go around and murder everyone you love. What a face. Should have taken you up on dipping out early. Anything beat dying staring at a face like that.
So, a huntsman coming to get me. Nah, the dead and the dying make for strong bluffers. And I've seen more than a few of them try their hands at improv. Time to move. I need to scuff things a bit more. Make this look like an orca shootout then. Well, a visit from me. Weapons are inherently disposable. I can kill with anything. So I'd never bother to retrieve one from a dead man's grip. But I might have need for a knife again. Shortly. So I'll be taking this back, Miller. I have to pry. Why is it that the dead are always grasping? The sword was not worth the effort. Lesson learned. But now I have to remove it for this next part. His eyes. Can't tell the model from the outside, but I can make a strong educated guess at the price range. If they back up any data, it can't be more often than once an hour. It'll be 10 o'clock soon. I'm gonna need something with some heft to it. See no evil. Splorch. Well, the bat's definitely spent, but his eyes are no longer a problem. And the sword is fine where it is. Not gonna tempt fate and risk nicking myself with it.
What about the fingerprints?
That's all the burning issues addressed. Time to take care of the chores. I had to remove my gloves to convince them I could use the dark card. That means I handled all the murder weapons with my bare hands. Obviously, I'll need to wipe my prints off this gun and knife. But I put my gloves on before opening Creek's safe and cracking Trish skull. So what does that leave? Remember everything Morgan handled? Better try. The police don't miss fingerprints. If you're sure you've got everything, you're good to move on, right? Focus. No mistakes. Alright, Harriet, what are we,
Well, take care of the sword first.
Sword. The sword. I gripped the handle with both hands when I brought it down his neck. Thinking back, I dragged the tip across the floor, didn't I? Shit, probably got Miller's blood on it. That's sloppy. It's stupid. Why the hell did I... forget it. There's nothing I can do about it anyway. Fingerprints can be wiped, but there's no cleaning agent on Earth that can hide blood from a modern forensic team. And I'm not looking to do an encore performance of my reaction to this goddamn fickle bobbies. All right, what else, Harriet? What did we touch?
See, she took. No, I'm thinking she took her gloves off. The gun.
Well, the gun, I think is already spoken for, because she mentioned it in the dialogue. The gun and the knife are already done.
The drawer.
She put her, gloves back on when she took the key from him. Although we can return the keys. Right, the keys. I took off him to open the safe. The Blue Bloods are going to find out that I took the mask eventually, but I see no reason to give them any hints. And on the off chance the police gets here first, I'd rather they not investigate this as a robbery. All that's to say, you can have these back, Creek. Alright, so it was
There's
very...
also the papers.
So it was very fast, but she pressed the button on the remote to turn the music.
I was wondering about the music.
Yeah, she pressed. It was very fast, but like she snapped her right hand, and then with her left hand, she pressed the button on the remote to distract them for a second. This is the remote I used to distract the big guy. I need to wipe my prints off it, of course, but should I turn the music back off? No, it was playing when I first walked in. Best to preserve continuity. Besides, what was it he said? We like it loud, screws with bugs. Sorry.
We like it loud, screws with bugs.
He was right about that much. A little smoke screen never hurts. There's also the card. The dark card played its role as bait perfectly. Even if it is the reason I'm having to go around wiping off prints. I'll never be able to pull funds off it, but I might be able to use it again if... Oh, it's stuck. Craig must have dropped it harder than I realized. Getting shot in the stomach doesn't help with handling delicate electronics. No way I'm gonna risk taking the whole reader with me. Could have any number of pings and strings leading back to the manufacturer, or even the Blue Bloods themselves. No, I'll wipe the dark card off and then set the whole reader back on the desk. For all anyone knows, Creek's pod mugged it off some slummer and we're trying in vain to get beer money off of it. So, if you did take a puff of the cigarette, you would have also to take it. But we didn't touch the cigarette, so you don't have to do anything with it. And I believe that is all of it.
She had her gloves on when she had the papers.
Yeah, she put her gloves back on before opening the drawer. The game doesn't advance automatically because the game wants you to be wondering, did I miss anything? Can't exactly spend all night on this. Am I good here? Yeah, okay, this feels like the scene's been set. So as far as I can tell, like there's no story consequences for missing a print, because that would be too complicated for them. What happens is that you just get less chips, and if you missed a print, Morgan's like, oh shit, I forgot that one. Idiot. It's a strange sensation, erasing your own presence. A sense of supreme private accomplishment. Like placing the last piece into a milk-white jigsaw puzzle, and then throwing it in the trash. It's not unpleasant, but I can't linger here any longer to savor it. Time to draw this to a close. Thank God for the mask. I can still tell it smells god-awful in here, but it's bearable. Rehydrated sweat and vomit, scents full of adrenaline and sickly heat. Unfiltered, I'd be at risk of it getting sick, if it weren't for all the blood. Right. What to do with you? Blindfolded, gagged, hands bound above him with plastic ties and linen wrappings. Beaten, bloody, and drugged? These syringes. They wanted him to stay conscious. Not very popular, are you? Still, you're not dead. And with these kinds of injuries, you won't die soon. Not without a push. That might be the most charitable thing to do under these circumstances. You must have wished for death at least once during all this torture. Too bad. The bat that barred this door is now in splinters. Anyone walking in after me won't realize that this room was locked from the outside. If this captive had somehow gotten his hands on a blade, there'd be nothing stopping him from stepping out of here and butchering his captors. The Blue Bloods will want someone to blame for the deaths of 4 of their men. And unlike the police, they won't bother arresting an innocent man and putting him up on trial for the world to see. They'll wrap things up for me. Hold that for me. As for the gun... What's with the... All I did was stuck the gun into your waistband, pal. Oh. Okay, I can see how that would be distressing under the circumstances. Well, you can relax about that. It's not loaded. A few minutes from now, you're gonna wish it was. Out again already? Rest up while you can. When you wake up, you'll want to start running. Well, a good evening of partying. That's you.
Like I practiced. Irashai. That's not how she said that. Like I practiced. Irashai.
Pardon?
Keep working on it, kid.
Bar Kintsugi. Didn't mean to interrupt you in the middle of training your new employee. How's it working out?
It is she, right? Never worked this close with an ad before.
She is unbearably forgiving, so I doubt you'll get sued.
She's fine, good at cleaning, precise with her mixing, knows a hell of a lot of trivia. Popular with the younger crowd, I think. This is the place with the android bartender? They talk like I installed a new karaoke machine.
I didn't know you had a younger crowd.
Funny, what's that make you, Grandma? More of a learning curve to her than I was expecting. And also, she doesn't know how to read her lines. Did you cheap out on her bass installs? It's like I have to teach her everything.
Trust me, there is nothing cheap about Sarah. Hey, Sarah! She's a paralegal and an apprentice as Kintsugi. She likes split field diopter. I don't know. Diopter? I don't know what that means. Wing Chun, folding clothes. She does not like mops, fire alarms, or variety packs. Whatever that means. Useless talent. I can do a full split, but that is not useless. Favorite quote. As you think, so shall you become. Confession. I tried to use Adonai's makeup and broke a lipstick. Oh no. But yes, she can take a minute when learning the ropes. Grin and bear it for a little while longer. Once she does find her footing, she'll have you worried about your job security in no time.
Keep it up. I didn't have to do you the favor of hiring her, you know.
Favor?
Plenty of people out there who would kill to work at an up-and-coming bespoke establishment like Bar Kintsugi.
I think I hear them pounding on the door now. Technically, legally, you didn't hire anyone. I generously agreed to loan you my android during the hours when I have no use for it. These kinds of arrangements aren't uncommon. Androids can, in theory, work 24 hours a day, indefinitely. But their users can't. Parents come home from work, people go to sleep, staff take holidays, offices close for the night. The end result of all that slack is that a lot of androids spend a good portion of their operating time waiting around. So the more enterprising owners loan them out during that downtime, ideally to businesses with complementary working hours. There are plenty of apps and HR software to help arrange it all. But Sarah's apprenticeship wasn't that on the books. After the fallout around David's death settled down, I came to realize exactly how short-changed I was in our paralegal agreements. She's handy for research and rote work, of course, but she barely sleeps, rarely eats, finishes paperwork at lightning speed. I was spending more time finding shit to keep her busy than I was actually working. And of course, I value my alone time. It was on one of those long walks of mine that I recalled Reinhardt was having trouble getting this bar up and running. It takes a village to keep the world's most advanced android busy.
Yeah, alone, whatever. Sarah's the one who clocks in and out, does the work, cleans the bathrooms. She's the employee.
If she was an employee, you'd have to cover her benefits.
Not in my current income bracket. I checked 3 times. Wait, you're not taking her paycheck, are you?
It's not a paycheck.
Don't lawyer me on this shit.
Sarah can't even earn a paycheck. She's not a person.
She walks like a person, and talks like a person, and works like a person.
And quacks like a person.
That's right.
The Supreme Court disagrees. By 13-0.
Yeah, well... Supreme Courts have been wrong about that kind of thing before, haven't they? Do I hear,
Touché. Sarah, tell boss what you spend your salary on. This is Boss Diamani. He's owner-operator of Kintsugi. He likes libraries, boating, and fast learners. He does not like marketing, solicitors, and signing things. He collects ancient coins. His pet peeve is web pages that take too long to load. Do not mention the speed at which Kintsugi's site loads. That would probably make him annoyed.
I have started purchasing cases of wine. What? Wait, that's what those deliveries were? As the wine appreciates, its resale value will increase. Especially if I can predict which vintages will be in high demand. Since I don't have a bank account, I can't earn interest in the traditional sense, but if I stay up to date on the sommelier reviews...
So you'll resell the wine at a profit, and what will you do with all that money?
Stop it, you're making her depressed. I did also purchase a cache of sheet music.
What? What for?
Practice.
You're muttering. Forget it, none of my business. Speaking of business, the place isn't exactly packed.
Are you volunteering to help with that? There are lawyer bars, right? Right? Where all the lawyers go after trials? Kintsugi could be a lawyer bar.
Yeah, those lawyer bars are usually close to the courthouse, though.
Just don't. Everything's signed and paid. I can't think about what ifs on location anymore. This is the spot that was available, and I need a soda water with all this stress on my stomach. Sarah, 10 bar. What are you buying, stranger?
Yeah, you gotta do it low. She's doing a Resident Evil 4 voice.
I know, but she can't do that.
What was that?
What are you buying, stranger? Boss has been teaching me his barside manner. He says that his clientele expect a certain degree of maturity when they come here.
And so you're using a deeper voice?
Is it not working? Please let me know when you're ready to order.
Okay, so, several things to look at here, but there's a cat over here.
Yeet.
It's a lucky cat. Yeah.
Did you say something, Adonai?
No.
I suddenly got the strong impression that there was something you wanted to say.
I don't know what you're talking about.
As you say.
And if you didn't play the demo before, the time demo before episode 0, this is how you unlock Neko Morgan. There's
Necomorg.
there's Necomorg. Necomorg unlocked. It's a well-stocked bar. Got tea and coffee too. That's what you're into. Nice ambiance, soft lighting, warm on a chill night and cool on a hot day. Now all that's left to do is wait for the customers to stream in. Any day now. Did someone leave this behind after their lunch break? Could be trouble if they left anything work-related on here. I'll help them out by throwing it in the trash after I'm done reading. Sirius debuts new fuel. And his name, Dr. So this one is about a Dr. Sirius who made a new helium-based fuel. Apparently, Proteca, an investment firm, longtime financial backer, has filed a lawsuit alleging that Dr. Sirius failed in protecting their investment, allowed a leak about the fuel to occur, blah blah blah. He made a helium fuel? And, like, they're all using hydrogen because that's the only thing that exists anymore in this world, I guess. They don't have, like, gasoline. It's probably out of those.
Look, Pauline, they have to find some justification for going back to the moon.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't want to read the whole thing, but there's one part I do think is interesting. Proteca has accused you of leaking your data intentionally so that others around the world are free to start experimenting with it. I don't think it's legally wise of me to try and summarize the lawsuit against me. Listen, energy is limitless. It cannot be expended. By that virtue, there cannot be a scarcity of it. You will never have a monopoly of it. And since it is infinite, the correct market price for it will, over a long time enough scale, trend to zero. I don't think I'm being cynical when I say there are people who don't like that very basic math. I'm gonna stop you there because you're getting into our next topic. Your politics. Do you consider yourself a political person? No. Are you, or have you ever been a member of the Communist Party? No. Do you believe science should be apolitical? Yes. So why is it that you are so frequently involved as an example of the liberal bias in the sciences? Science is not political. Science is progress, moving forward, learning more about our universe, deepening our understanding of its mechanics. And that process will never be conservative. Science doesn't move backwards. Calling all conservative backwards is not what I said, but you're free to interpret as you like. What's not open to debate is this. What makes something science has nothing to do with who works on it. It has nothing to do with class or power or money or even majority rule. Science is reproducible. No miracles required. Miracles are prohibited. If one person can do it, anyone can do it. And so science is inherently egalitarian. If someone feels that because of that, science has a bias against them, then that speaks only to their own politics, not the failing of the scientific community. And then, gotta log in to read the rest.
I disagree with that on multiple points, but whatever.
I think it's interesting.
I mean, it's interesting. That doesn't mean that I agree with all of it.
I think he's talking about, like, the understanding of the universe doesn't care about, like, your politics. I don't know.
What, the facts don't care about your feelings?
Basically. Not in a... I don't know.
I think that's also incorrect.
I don't know. For a pop sci figurehead, Sirius sure keeps busy. Guess I don't have any evidence proving they aren't legitimately brilliant. I can't take seriously anyone who guest stars on TV that much. Can't deny they seem to be making progress in new kinds of, fuel. New fuels. Some of the only new fuels we've ever seen in decades. Could be decades longer before it's actually practical. Any new fuel has to be less volatile than hydrogen.
Please don't throw that data pad out. Its owner might come back.
Perish the thought. Though, now that you planted the idea into my head...
A self-fulfilling prophecy.
I hate those. Ryan must have searched for months to find affordable underground real estate that wasn't flooded. Or already filled to the brim with server farms. Putting Sarah on cleaning duty was a good call. If any of the tiling in here starts to grime up, could start feeling like a subway station bathroom real fast. I think I'm ready to order.
Of course. Nah, I'll take this, Sarah. Go wipe the tables for a bit. No one has sat at them since I last cleaned them. Then pretend to clean them like a normal employee. Understood.
What's got you so tense?
Take a wild guess.
Did Sarah ask for a raise?
Serious, Red. What happened last night?
Your information was accurate for the most part. A pod of mid-level blue bloods had it. Seems like they were told to sit on it.
Were they willing to sell?
Nope. Laughed at my price, called me a spoiled Meg, and kicked my butt at the door.
You weren't curious where you got your information from?
Honestly, no. They rushed me out there pretty fast once they heard my offer.
Were they expecting more company?
I got the impression they had work to get back to.
Okay. Anything else I should know?
No.
Anything you want to ask me? How did you two meet? The tables. On my second day, you told me not to over-polish them in order to keep things lofty. Lo-fi. Is it that inappropriate of a question? You've lived in the city for decades, boss, but Ada and I didn't move here until she started her apprenticeship at Masters in...
If you're gonna tell people my whole life story at every possible opportunity, I'll just shred my resume and start mailing you around instead.
We met, huh? Well, that story's...
Not very good. I'll skip to the end and cut to the heart of our relationship, Sarah. I pay Reinhardt a finder's fee, and he tells me where I can get into high-stakes poker games. It's not a lie. Now you know my terrible secret. Disappointed?
It's not illegal to gamble.
I don't go on my phone and wager my paycheck stubs on point spread. I gamble. And since I can't afford the entrance fees for one of those anonymous masked ball cult vibe blimp casinos the rich go to, I count on you, on your boss here, to find me tables to play at.
Guilty. So you travel to the lower wards to gamble illegally. Truth be told, I've had my suspicions. Seeing you go out at such odd hours without so much as your phone?
You gonna turn me in?
Irashai! Or is it more firm? Irashai.
Two firm-looking men in finely pressed black suits with shades tinted so dark they must need modded eyes to see from behind them. Despite the subtle color palette, they stand out. It's hard not to in clothes that look that expensive. Clothes with some kind of pin on them. Matching pins. They must be married.
More emphasis on the raw.
More emphasis on the ra. Oh, thank you. I think I just heard the delivery drones bumping around outside, Sarah.
That is my water. Your water is over there.
But he saw you drinking from his water.
He did not see me. He was not there.
That's what you think. Would you check out the back? Your vintages might have arrived.
Go on.
Please excuse me then. Afternoon then, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
Mr. Giamani.
Pardon us for dropping in and without first making an appointment.
No trouble at all. Still getting the place cleaned up. I'm awfully embarrassed that I failed to realize the property lay within your borders. If you'd come with me to the back, I'd be happy to settle whatever debt.
We look like petty landlords to you. If you owed us tribute, you'd know it by now. I did a voice for this guy, and I forgot what the voice was in 2 seconds. We look like petty landlords to you. I don't know why I'm doing this.
My mistake. Well, if you're here for information, I'll gladly wheel and deal. How about you?
We're not here to shop either. We are looking for Morgan.
Well,
That name rings any bell, Mr. Giamani?
Right. Listen, boys, I'm not sure.
sorry. Had something blaring in my earbuds. I'm A. Morgan, Esquire, specifically. How could I be of service? I mostly practice criminal defense, but I do offer a few other services. You two look corporate. I can recommend some good workplace attorneys. I've got a business card somewhere. We're not interested in that. Of course not. Well, I'm flattered that you'd come all the way here to find me. You must already tried the home office. We can set something up for... You need to come up with us now, ma'am. I don't know what that accent is. It's extremely inappropriate.
I thought you said there was nothing I needed to know.
Business day's over for me, gentlemen. Can this matter wait until tomorrow? Does it look like it can? Great manners, this one. Time sensitive, then. My rate will have to reflect that. Send us the bill.
We can afford it.
Music to any lawyer's ears. So, who is we, then? You think you're funny, huh? Compared to you.
Again, these fine gentlemen are from House Icaria.
On occasion, information you went out of your way to collect in previous episodes will unlock new dialogue. It pays to stay informed. I'm familiar.
You are?
I've seen their name in the papers. I love how, like, wow, such a valuable line to unlock. Plastering their name all over uptown opera houses and homes for the sick or whatever. Though I didn't recognize that name when those blue bloods were cursing it last night, so maybe that propaganda's working.
Doesn't matter how generous they are at galas. They're still the richest and most powerful criminal organization in the city.
Rich and powerful. Why bother with a criminal qualifier?
Sorry, might I ask about the nature of this engagement?
The situation's developing, Mr. Giamani. Wait, is that the other one?
But, we appreciate your patience.
That's not what you want to hear.
So I gathered. Your presence has been requested at the family estate, ma'am. For business, or... The Icaria... Oh, that's not me.
the Icaria are always business.
The Icaria is always business. Shall we get your coat? Such gentlemen. Knew the suits weren't just for show. I can see myself out just fine, though.
Adonai? What's going on? Are you going somewhere?
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
These men are very athletic. Perhaps I should come with you.
If they want to arm wrestle, you'll be the first to know.
Call me when you get there, yeah?
I'm actually in danger. I won't even be conscious when I arrive, but I appreciate the thought. Borp.
Boss? Who are those men really? New clients for Morgan, really. Hopefully. Hopefully? Yeah, hopefully. Because if House Icaria puts on their puts her on retainer, she'll be able to buy you as much wine as you like. But what do you mean by house? Alright, pay attention. If I'm gonna lecture, I might as well try to teach. Start with ice. You want a lot of it, but low surface area, so never use crushed, okay? Starts to melt into the liquor, waters the whole thing down, which is what I like, actually. I prefer drinks that way.
Well, Giamatti clearly doesn't.
I'm as Harriet. Understood. 1.5 ounces of vodka. I hate vodka. It makes me sick. What do we look for in a good vodka other than not at all?
I can't relate because I don't like alcohol at all.
Well, I had a bad experience with vodka where I polished off like half of a bottle of marshmallow flavored vodka, which was like all right at the time, and then I became very, very, very sick, and now my body just automatically rejects it, and I start feeling sick again.
It's funny, my mom has a similar story, but not about vodka, about chocolate mousse.
Yeah, like any substance can do it. I once had, well, I was once addicted to vanilla Coke. And I know it was an addiction because I stopped drinking it at a certain point, and then I went through withdrawal symptoms.
Oh no.
No, it's fine. Smoothness. Yeah. Correct. It's the mark of quality, making the bitter go down easy, in which case, why the fuck wouldn't you want to water it down? Anyway.
Well, Harriet has a lot of opinions about this whole drink mixing thing.
Like, the thing is, like, I am like the world's worst hedonist. Like, I like food, but I'm a cheap date in that, like, you just get me taters and tendies, really. And I'm not opposed to drinking, but, like, or even drinking heavily. It's just
I'm opposed to that.
I always go for the tasty drinks.
I'm
opposed. I always try to get them to go down easy. So like
I don't want to drink it heavily. I don't like that.
But Pauline,
what?
We should do a thing.
What thing?
Well, I mean, that would require going out where there are people, but...
I mean, I've done it before. Once or twice.
Who goes out anymore?
I could be convinced if I was sufficiently convinced, but anyway. Look.
That's a truism right there. So, the nobility, you know what that is? Historically, the ruling class, as enforced through economic or military might, and maintained by familial relations.
Oh boy, it's time for Victoria 3.
Juice of a full lime. Look for a little spring and a consistent color across the skin. Nobility, old money, is another word for it. And the older it is, the slower it moves. Only so much wealth you could accrue in one lifetime, collecting from serfs and selling horses. But the Industrial Revolution comes along, shows the world what real wealth acquisition looks like. Then you get new money.
Nouveau riche.
Yeah, you hit them real good without getting hit yourself, and you get bonus money, which always dwarfs old money. Inflation and split inheritances shave away at any generational wealth that's liquid. Now, new money and old money, they don't like each other. Doesn't new money eventually become old money? If the old money can help it, no one ever becomes old money. Triple sec, 1 ounce. My family was new money. Tried to make the transition, join the right clubs, shake the right hands, make the right marriages.
Right, you are nouveau riche. Where's your golden suit?
The
Well,
cleaners.
this Yakuza guy just kept beating me up for my money, so...
Oh god, imagine if Carrie was around.
What, you mean he isn't? He's very important. Laugh at the bad jokes. Bad jokes can be entertaining in their own right. Not the kind of bad I'm talking about. I don't understand. That's alright, you shouldn't need to know. But what do you mean your family was new money? Times changed. About 30 years ago, recession, depression, civil unrest, political upheaval. Most people there were so scared they could barely think about tomorrow, let alone next year. But a decent man's chaos is a cruel man's investment opportunity. So while everyone else was panic selling off everything they could to buy food and water, a certain type of personality was buying, for pennies on the dollar, as it were. Give me a peel from that lime, as shallow as possible. Any white you see is just bitter. 1 ounce of gin. They were rough years, but they passed. And at the end of it all, some were left standing with a lot more than they came in with. New money? A new kind of new money. The new nobility. Neo-ability, if you're writing a think piece. Unabashed oligarchs and devourer barons. When the governments of the world tried to re-privatize the industries they had taken over with emergency powers, they were there to snatch them. And they started at the bottom: steel, fuel, grain, machine parts, medicine. Here enters House Ikaria. Or that's how they exited. They went into the Red Decade as the Ikaria cartel. Drug smugglers and extortionists, thieves and murderers. They came out as one of the richest, most respectable names in the country. Not that they actually stopped doing any of that thieving and murdering, mind you. Put the top on tight, then shake. So they are a crime family, like the mob? This is the 21st century, kid. It's muddier than that. House Ikaria is not really one family, not even one race or creed. They're simply the strongest criminal organization in the city, on paper. But not in practice? Practice is what they're lacking. Haven't had to get their hands dirty, haven't had to maintain a presence in the lower wards in years. They make their profits from investments, blackmail, and more than a little insider trading. So they're criminal, yes, but their muscles atrophied. Time for a taste. A taste test, not a taste. Ugh, that's not right at all. The hell did I forget? Boss? There must have been other criminal organizations 30 years ago. Others poised to take advantage of the changing times. Yeah. So what did the Ikaria do to set themselves apart from the rest back then? Stupid. Most important ingredient. Drop of grenadine.
Kaboom.
To Lady Maria.
Lady Maria. My sword wife.
That's right. It's beautiful.
It looks like a woman with a big sword.
This is nothing. We'd use a frosted glass if this was for a customer. Looks like a ruby in the right lighting. If you do end up helping Red work with the Ikaria, don't let the warmth of their golden furnishings confuse you. All that glitters is cold.
What?
That's right.
What is it? It was a quiet and uneventful drive in the back of the limousine. Privacy at least was nice. But with Abbott and Costello riding in the front, I had no way of getting information out of them. Not even passively. So instead I spent the whole ride trying to play out all the different ways that this could go. I haven't liked any of them so far. Suppose I should have felt relief or gratitude when we pulled up outside of an imposing skyscraper instead of an alley. I suppose it's a good sign that no one's put a bag over my head or stuck a needle in my neck. But I don't feel like celebrating. For all I know, they really don't have a clue about what I did in the lower wards last night. But for some reason, they placed their attention on me. There's little I hate more than unwanted advances. I'm also not a fan of being made to wait. Why am I just sitting out here? In here?
Oh, you're late. Only by a few minutes.
He filled his time slot.
Alrighty. And we got no chance of...
Maybe if they saw the meeting went well. Are we on hold, gentlemen? In the world's most expensive waiting room? Quiet. I take it he's glaring at me behind those lenses, but I'm more interested in the sweat glistening on his forehead. Somehow, of the three of us, I'm the most relaxed. What? What is it?
Yeah.
What
He's
do you want?
thirsty.
He wants my attention, is what he wants.
No, he wants the Lady Maria.
You can't have alcohol, Onion.
Oh, it's like that video of a cat just like yelling up at this lady in the kitchen, and she's like, "What? What do you want? You cannot have a bear claw." And she holds out a can of bear claw, and not bear claw. Fuck, I fucked it. It's White Claw. White Claw. You cannot have a White Claw. She holds out this can of White Claw, and the cat is like freaking out, trying to jump for it.
Well, this is becoming embarrassing. Can I at least
Don't make fun of me. You're making fun of me.
Hi, Morgan is. Can I at least take in the view while we're here?
You can take photos if you like, so long as you're quiet.
Really?
No, your phone won't work in here.
Go figure. Go fish? If I weren't hyper aware of the flickering sky hanging over my head, this could make for a lovely watering hole. But those probably aren't even real fish down here. Literal children are capable of keeping goldfish alive, so of course the 0.1%ers can't manage it. Maybe they'd spin it. When their pallid bodies float up the top because of some idiot raised the water temperature to a degree that'd certainly be easy to scoop up. If you're an impatient, undignified idiot, you could argue that's an efficient way to fish. Of course, the best way to fish is to throw bombs in the water. Like Link. Is it trying too hard to look unconcerned if I sit down and start reading the news? Maybe. But my boredom outweighs my apprehension at the moment. Not my fault that they failed to be sufficiently intimidating. PSS proposition city ahead of next month's convention. There's a big political convention thing. And there's big police budget, but they want to bring in mercenaries. Heartbreak was bad enough. Now we're hearing that cops are dying in the lower wards. It's like the most important line in that article, and the rest is like, I don't think it matters right now. I suppose it's less offensive than a bare advertisement or paywall, but why list your donors mid-article? All it does is make my eyes glaze over. Whatever, I got the important part. The city's hosting that convention next month, putting pressure on the council to vote on hiring mercenaries. Whether or not to bring in private security contractors on top of the massive policing budget. Makes little difference to me. Cops and mercs have different quirks, but they all share the same blind spots. I'll be fine. How the average law-abiding citizen will put up with them clogging the streets for 2 weeks, though. Not like it'll be the least popular political decision made next month. Everyone knows Maythings will be the candidate that was decided years ago. The contested convention will just be him finding a balance between how much public opposition he's willing to stomach. against how many favors he feels like giving out. This country's already a circus without any bread. You think the least they could do is make the performances entertaining. What was that? What was in the article about cops dying in the lower wards, though, anyway? Pretty heavy-handed to just make up that kind of thing, even when pearl clutching and pitching yourself at the same time. It's the sky. The sky has hexagons. The illusion isn't unimpressive, I guess. Windows into the heavens sparkling like raindrops across a puddle. Might even be appealing if it wasn't trying to be something it's not. Look up and see hexagons above you in the lower wards too. Rich or poor, people just can't imagine themselves up under an open sky anymore. Not even in their wildest dreams. Well, I looked around at everything that caught my eye, and now I'm all out of ideas. Everything except... Maybe they don't know we're here. I'm gonna try knocking. Hey, what are you... Hey! Before I get the chance, creaking oak draws my attention to an alternate entrance on the other side of the water. Stop staring and get a move on! That's the kind of man walking out of this place. Who's waiting for me inside? Alright, Harry, you're taking this next character we're about to see.
What?
Pomp and circumstance, ceremony and ritual. For some reason I thought that the Mafia, of all people, would be a little more efficient in their execution. A little more honest about what they are. Evidently not. Artifice with every glance, costumes and makeup abound. Is this disappointment? That even here in the supposed bowels of the underworld there's no escaping the etiquette of it all?
She's the one? Doesn't look like much.
Suddenly, their posture stiffens even further. A true feat. Their necks suddenly turn into a pair of doors in the back, each of them attuned to some signal I'm not receiving.
Be still, the young master returns.
You're late.
Hold on, wait.
Your young master, sir, we...
Everyone slow down.
We came as soon as we found her, sir. Traffic was...
This is just some sassy lost child.
Silence.
Yes, sir.
What time were you told to return by?
4 o'clock.
And what time is it now?
Permission to check my phone?
You're late. You were tasked with finding one woman and bringing her here in a timely manner.
Sir, wait.
You'll speak when I tell you to, and not one word further, or else I'll have your teeth removed. By way of curbside.
Is this a prank? Am I being recorded?
He who wishes to fight must first count the cost. So says Sun Tzu.
Please let this be a prank.
And I don't think you can fathom the cost of your tardiness has incurred.
If the lead up to my execution is some kid reading from Art of War, I might just...
What is the number one rule in this family?
Timeliness, sir!
When money gets wasted, it can be replaced. But time only goes one way. It's always running out. The loss is permanent. Every second wasted is a scar on this house's face. Timeliness is next to godliness. So say I.
Oh, God.
So if you two ever waste my time, the house's time again, Expect to be dragged through hell.
I'm already there.
Now both of you get out.
Yes, sir. Thank you both, sir. Thank you both. Thank you, sir.
Yes, both of me. Useless. You, red woman, you're being addressed.
Forget pride. I just want this over with as fast as possible.
You're the lawyer, correct? You may answer.
As fast as possible. I am a lawyer. Morgan, criminal defense. Mister? How should I address you?
As all outsiders do, by my name. Makoto, of House Ikaria.
This is Makoto Ikaria. His occupation is heir apparent unemployed student. He likes biographies.
Heir apparent.
Heir.
It's one of those things where the H is actually silent.
Heir apparent. Biographies. Shogi Amber is what he likes. He does not like tardiness, tarnish, or group assignments. I don't like group assignments either. His favorite figures are Saladin, Sun Tzu, and Hannibal. Hannibal?
What Hannibal were you thinking?
Well, not the historical one.
Why not the historical one?
Because my mind went to a different one that's more pop culture.
Pauline.
I know that's not. I know that's
I think
not.
what you mean to say is Hannibal Buress, or maybe you don't want to because of because of the low blows that he gave to your city.
My city?
Montreal. Well, most of it was directed at the police, but he was saying that that like your city's broke, and so you're sent out here with a quota. So, yeah.
I don't recall Hannibal Buress saying
You
stuff.
don't, because I couldn't send you the link because it's Comedy Central.
Oh right, you tried to send me that, and I was like, no, sorry, you can't watch that in Canada.
I still like to believe it's because it was specifically Hannibal Buress making fun of Canada.
It's not. It's just because Comedy Central licensing is weird. Favorite phrase, Ve Victis, woe to the conquered. Relaxes by building and painting models.
You, Morgan Criminal Defense. What? You, Morgan Criminal Defense, have the great honor of being summoned before me. Don't bother bowing. Once you start, you'll end up prostrated all day, and we have important work to do.
Right. Out of an abundance of respect for your time, Makoto, I should let you know that I still have no idea what I'm doing here.
Oh. Have them kneel on a bed of nails later, or some such thing. Mrs. Dufen's.
Mrs.? Really?
The house has need of your legal services.
Oh. Would you give me a moment to clear my throat and just to switch gears? Un instant. Right then. So you want to hire me?
One of our own is being slandered by multiple homicide charges. You will defend him.
You want to hire me? And I'm flattered, Makoto, but did you pull my name out of a hat? Pick a random page in the phone book?
I have many books on my phone, libraries full of esoteric knowledge spread across countless tomes. You will have to be more specific.
He doesn't know what a phone book is. To be honest, why does Morgan know what a phone book is? They don't exist anymore today! And this game is like 70 years in the future.
Pauline, do you know what hardtack is?
Is that the stuff you stuck on the wall?
That's thumbtack, and
What's hardtack?
Hardtack is also known as a ship's biscuit. It's... I was gonna say wafer. It's a shitty kind of like flat bread kind of product, which was used back in the day just as like a staple of long-term and long-distance supplies. And it's not used anymore because why the fuck would anyone want to use hardtack? It was already terrible back in the day.
I don't understand this tangent.
The tangent has to do with why would anyone know about phone books?
Well, I
But
don't
I know about
hardtack.
hardtack.
I don't know about hardtacks. I feel like your example didn't work.
Pauline, it.
Sorry.
You're saying that Makoto is a dumbass for not knowing what a phone book is.
I'm not saying he's a dumbass. I'm saying Morgan is using a word that clearly a 12-year-old would not know about at this point in time because phone books don't exist anymore.
Pauline,
What?
taters and tendies. With honey mustard.
Oh, well now I want some. Sorry.
What, you actually want tenders and taties now? And taties, yes, taties!
Well, I want...
Big fat taties!
Yes, I want those two. I want ramen. Sorry, I
Wow.
misspoke. What I mean is, this is House Ikaria. You must keep a small army of lawyers on retainer. Surely any one of them would be happy to help you.
True, we have lawyers. Competent ones, expensive ones, and some who are both. But the best of them are all preoccupied.
That's it? They're all just preoccupied?
Preoccupied means busy.
Thanks. But I'm still not sure how my name specifically was,
Do you have a customer survey you want filled out, Mrs. Dufens? You were recommended. What does it matter how it what does it matter how it came about? Blah 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 blah.
Normally it wouldn't matter. But when the client I'm recommended is one of the richest, most well-connected families in the country, it gives me pause. I don't have any friends in high places. Well, not anymore. That makes it hard to see this as a favor. Not when my employer doesn't even know my goddamn name. Of course, my apologies.
No doubt you have other questions. Very well, I'll permit you to ask them.
Such a gentleman. If I wasn't brought here because of what happened last night, then this is just another job. Meaning, all of this, starting back at the bar, this has all just been their idea of a power move. Thank you for insisting that I get to visit your estate in person. It's beautiful here.
An oasis of old world sensibility amidst a desert of steel and neon eyesores. Is what the house elders say.
I've never seen anything like it. It matches your family's reputation for class.
Ha! My family's reputation is power, not class.
I'd take it a step further and guess you're renowned for violence rather than power. That's a moot point. Violence can be classy. From how this house is talked over in the headlines I read on the drive over. The nature of your family's reputation seems to vary greatly depending on who you ask. Some think you've got half the gangs in the city under your control. Others think you've left all that behind and are no worse than any other corporate family.
Are you expecting me to ask you what you think?
What I think is that I'll need some basic information if I'm to adequately defend your interests.
We're financiers.
You don't say.
Lending, investing, taking over, buying out. The Ikaria Financial Group was founded nearly 2 centuries ago. Loaning funds is high risk and high reward, but as you can see, our results speak for themselves.
What's the thing that he just gave me? I didn't pay attention.
It's loans.
Oh, loans?
Well, either that or, wait. Fuck, I thought I saw loans.
Korea?
Whatever.
Well, there's Ikaria.
Yeah, there it is.
Yay! Interested in working with us? No. Ikaria Financial Group. Fancy way of saying they got their start as mobster loan sharks.
Mobster.
Mobster. It's not impossible to get this rich with loan sharking alone, but with such unsavory work. But such unsavory work wouldn't get them into the ballrooms and boardrooms of tiers of society. You gotta rip people off with mortgages to do that. Is lending the house's only income stream?
No. Through Aria, our holding company, the house controls any number of what a civilian like you might call legitimate enterprises. And yes, we did found the
Renogen.
Renogen. Yeah,
Renogen.
we did found the Renogen Pharmaceutical Corporation, but what's past is prologue.
Renogen? They're a drug company, one of the biggest. You're saying you've no relation to Renogen presently?
The company went public years ago, and Aria divested our shares not long after. We were given one seat on the board. As a formality, that's the extent of it.
Given? A family like this only takes. Why is he suddenly so humble? He doesn't know the meaning of the word. If he's downplaying their pull within Renogen, and the house must have a reason to want to distance themselves from the company. You're being very modest, Makoto. And more than a little vague.
It's only polite.
It's unnecessary talking to your lawyer.
You aren't my lawyer, Mrs. Dufens, but you will be working for me. So you'll have to become accustomed to putting your needs second.
He's deflecting, and if he's trying to be subtle about it, he's not doing it very well. I doubt it's possible a company with as big a boot heel as Renogen has no relation to anything that happens in the city, but I'll drop it for now. I'm in no rush to wade into boardroom politics again anytime soon. I'd like to know a bit more about you, actually. How long have you...
I am the only son of Rafael Ikaria, and the only grandson of Daisuke Ikaria, CEO of the Ikaria Financial Group, patriarch of this family, and chairman of the house.
I gather that those titles are all one and the same.
As one destined to succeed the headship, commanding the family's servants is my responsibility and my birthright.
So, if one of them needs a lawyer, it falls to you.
When our loyal men, women, or their families need help, it is my solemn duty to ensure that they are taken care of.
And your age?
What a boorish question. I knew that peasants raised outside our stratus had little understanding of the finer things. But I assumed that one with a law degree would be educated enough to know what is and isn't appropriate to discuss. Just because I am younger than some does not mean I am any less capable of managing the people who work for me. Does it, men?
Sir, no, sir!
You definitely command their respect.
That is no coincidence. One of the most frequently noted characteristics of great men who have remained great is loyalty to their subordinates. So says George S. Patton.
That's so interesting.
This is an important point. Perhaps another quote is called for.
I don't think that's necessary.
I'll grant you another. If soldiers are punished before they have grown attached to you, they will not prove submissive. And unless submissive, they will be practically useless. So says Sun Tzu.
To back.
Yes, a second quotation was called for in this instance. If only to emphasize to you that no one stays useless to House Ikaria for very long. One way or another.
I'll admit I was a little taken aback to step off an elevator and into your enclosure out there.
The gardens? Yes, our groundskeepers work hard on them.
Does the illusion of the sky come from a live recording of somewhere else? Or is it generated programmatically? That'd take quite the equation.
It is impressive, yes. As for how it works, I don't have the technical minutiae in front of me at the moment.
Oh, that's okay.
Of course it is. A lion does not concern himself with the exterior decorations of the sheep.
It's your exterior and your decoration.
What does it matter anyway? If you want the specifics so badly, I'll have one of the servants put you in contact with the contracting firm.
That's alright. Something tells me the consultation alone would break my bank account. I do appreciate the warm welcome, Makoto of House Ikaria, but really, legal consultations are usually more private than this. Are we certain we need the peanut gallery?
Let it not be said that House Ikaria is not accommodating of its guests. We're more than capable of compensating for this. Nut allergy you allude to.
That's so sweet of you. But all these guards, do all these guards really need to be present for this conversation?
If you're referring to the additional security, it can't be helped. Circumstances being what they are.
Circumstances?
And if you're referring to my retainers in general, then I suggest you step back into the garden and take a deep breath. Clearly, the city's fumes do not agree with your constitution. You must be lightheaded if you think you're worthy to hold a one-on-one audience with the next head of this illustrious house.
He's a prodigy to be this unsufferable at a young age. Well, thank you for indulging my curiosity so graciously, Makoto.
Conquer the stingy through generosity. So says...
Boda.
Correct. Perhaps your education is not quite as deficient as I had feared. But I should make it clear that, in this case, I was using the quote to subtly imply that you are stingy with your own graciousness.
Got it. Yeah, shall we move on? I believe you mentioned a homicide?
Multiple homicides.
Tell me more!
My head of security was arrested by the police last night in the lower wards. They found him brutally beaten, drugged, and tortured. And instead of bringing him straight to a hospital, they arrested him for murder. He's been framed, and you must prove his innocence. Is there something wrong with your voice? Is this that peanut allergy you mentioned?
No, sorry, I just lost my train of thought for a second there. I'm not used to my luck changing this fast. One of the richest families in the city wants to pay me to prove a man's innocence of a crime I framed him for? Right, then might I ask why he was found in the lower wards? I get the impression that Ikaria territory is generally positioned more vertically.
This whole city is our territory. But it's true that our presence is felt more strongly in some areas than others. They captured him early yesterday. He was ambushed by cowards and dragged to that stain of a neighborhood to be tortured senselessly.
Well, he was tortured, I can attest to that much. But I don't believe in senseless violence. Really, Morgan? Really?
She believes in sensual violence.
I don't know, it just feels a little hypocritical, but okay, whatever. There's always a purpose, and it's usually staring you in the face. People just don't like making eye contact. Do you have any idea why he was taken, or by whom?
It was the Blue Bloods. They made no effort to hide it. In a worthy opponent, I might call that commendable, but knowing them, they're just too stupid to value deniability.
Oh, I'm sure. And I'm sure there's no love lust between your groups, but kidnapping and torturing...
is beyond the pale, I agree. And the police are even worse. I expected no help from those incompetent fools, but these charges they're making, they're utterly ridiculous.
Of course they are, but don't worry,
To think that they want to pin 5 murders on him.
5? Did you say 5?
Yes, 5. It's absurd.
I can only take credit for 4 bodies.
Acting so high and mighty, so affronted, so eager to blame us for the death of one of their officers.
A dead cop? Is this what those mercs were advertising themselves with? What do you mean one of their officers? Was there a UC or...
No. They've made the ridiculous claim that he killed some uniform while resisting arrest. As if a member of our house would fear prison. For some reason, I was going to say poison.
Poison! I should have never dared to think I got lucky here. These circumstances sound very complex, Makoto, and the police take the death of one of their own very seriously. What makes you so certain of this man's innocence?
Because this man's name is Sosuke Ikariya.
The Hound.
No, that man's name is Sandor Clegane.
The Hound?
I've known him all my life. The Hound is a character in A Song of Ice and Fire and Game of Thrones, whatever.
All 3 or 4 years of it.
There is no individual more honorable, more devoted, more trustworthy. And not once have I ever known him to be
Violent?
impulsive. He didn't do this. I know he didn't do this. But proving that is your job.
About that. I haven't actually accepted the job yet, Makoto.
But you will. If for no other reason than because we shall pay you. More than you customarily receive for a contract. I'm sure that your beep boop will spend it on a lot of wine. Considerably more.
How do you know about my beep boop?
You spying on me? Not everything's a question of money.
Yes, your meaning is taken. It needn't be silver and gold. You'll have no complaints with your compensation. The favor of House Ikariya can go a long way in this city. As can our wrath.
I don't appreciate being threatened. I don't find it funny, even coming from a kid. However, if the state thinks whoever killed those 4 blue bloods also killed a cop, I can't afford to sit this one out. They'll go over every centimeter of that building. One wrong move, one hair out of place. If I lose here, I lose, period. But if I win, throwing an Ikariya-sized wallet in the pot beforehand is all upside.
I'm curious as to how there haven't been any red hairs found at any of the scenes.
I think that's one of those things where you just gotta suspend your disbelief and, like, she just doesn't leave any hair. I don't know, like... It's not a thing that ever comes up in this episode, at least, so it's not a thing that the audience needs to think about. I understand, Makoto of House Ikariya. I'll take I'll take the case.
You say that as if there were ever any doubt.
A true prodigy. But he might be right. Maybe it never was. I chose to put that gun into this Sosuke's hands, when I could have just plunged that knife into his temple. Maybe the line drawn from that moment to the razor's edge I'm walking right now is perfectly straight. A line drawn from one point to another is always perfectly straight. A better metaphor would be a bullet's trajectory. For all the talk of wind resistance and breathing patterns and the Coriolis effect and chaos theory, you can't exactly act surprised when your shot lands right where the crosshairs are pointing.
I mean, that's point-blank range.
Morgan's my last name, by the way, before you start writing any checks.
You should have enunciated.
I'm enunciating right
Evangeline
now.
Morgan.
Evangeline. Evangeline! You're not called the Ikariya, are you? Ikariya!
Would they have been if I... no, let's not be mean. I'm sorry.
What? What do you mean?
Oh.
Hey there, boss. Of course I'm fine. What did you think was gonna happen? Yeah, all good news. I've got quite the paycheck coming my way. Maybe bad news for you, if you get a large crowd tonight. Yeah, tell Sarah to meet me at the police station address I'm about to send. I got work for her to do. There will be quite the paycheck indeed waiting for me, assuming I can win. But can I afford to accept it? Ugh. Hey. Were any of those jokes around the office about your clients being connected to organized crime true?
What? You should know that it's 9:40. Is this some kind of honeypot?
I'm sorry. Trying to get a grasp on something.
Now I know you're baiting me. World's easiest, that's what she said layup. I'll still basket that shit though, I don't give a fuck.
Why do you make everything so hard?
Come on. Like, come on, Freckles. Low-hanging fruit.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Obviously. Or are you asking me about mafia shit, though?
I'm working in case for the Icaria, whom I assume you've heard of?
Definitely.
Under circumstances that are probably vulgar,
Absolutely.
which you'd be happy to brag about to me.
Anytime.
But I'm not well positioned to turn down the job outright. So I'd like to know whether they'd be resistant about parting ways afterwards.
Why? Do you not like getting paid lots of money?
I don't like being chained.
Fair enough. So you're like, just asking for my advice? The aura loss is incredible.
I'm not even gonna attempt to parse that.
I doubt you ever could. My generation's sense of humor is practically impregnable.
It was a very basic non sequitur, Auntie. It just wasn't funny.
Not even. A non sequitur would be like, what's the charge?
That's just getting back on topic. The charge is homicide. 5 counts.
Meh. You're probably fine. All the stuff you hear about mobsters being clingy with their lawyers, it's because they don't want anyone who's been through their underwear drawers running around, telling tales. Whatever poor fucker they pinned multiple homicides on is obviously not anyone important.
I don't think it was framed. Not by his own people.
Nah, pinned as in stuck with. Like a chore. Powerful people, mob or no. If they get lawyers, it's for tax evasion and conspiracy charges. Dirty work's left to the pawns. And the whole point of a pawn is you don't have to think twice about trading them off.
Alright. Guess I know the rumors are true then.
Yep, you uncovered my cool fucking secret. Listen, actors, singers, celebs. They all like expensive things and being the center of attention. Mobsters have money to burn and want the cologne of legitimacy.
Everyone wants what they can't have.
Okay, chill, F. Scott Fitzgerald. Great, great looking Gatsby ass. I still pine for thee, motherfucker.
What?
All I'm saying is, if there's mutually beneficial arrangements to be made between the rich and famous and the rich and infamous, so you bet your ass I was in those rooms negotiating appearance fees and taking my 30%.
30%? You really are shameless.
That's what she said.
Alright. Thanks as always for the sage counsel.
Hey, if you're really feeling grateful, do me a solid and call your rents. They say they never hear from you. And I know you can't be that busy. If you're bored enough to talk to me.
They're the ones who are busy. It's Masters. Lawyer to the rich and famous, semi-retired. Likes waterfalls, manicures. Manicures? Manicures. Macadamia nuts. Dislikes getting ghosted by my adorable goddaughter. I mean, she hasn't ghosted you yet. Drinks Cosmopolitan double. Collects favors, friends in high places. Luck, SSR in the first poll. Oh good, she plays gacha games.
I don't know what SSR stands for.
Super rare or something like that. It's like a gacha thing. It's
Okay.
It's like, those are the ones you want to have. Everything else is just the bad rarity stuff that you don't give a shit about. Obviously, I wasn't sure what would happen after I left that crime scene. I wasn't sure what I'd find walking in here to speak to my client. But I definitely wouldn't have bet that the next time I saw this man alive, he'd actually look worse. Can you voice Sosuke? Did you not hear me? I said I'm your lawyer.
Oh, I heard you. I'm just not interested in wasting my time responding.
I'm sorry, is there a misunderstanding here?
Not at all. I understand exactly what you are. You and all your fellow... Your companion is staring at me very intently. Ugh.
Sarah, blink. You're embarrassing me in front of the Yakuza.
That's a very dated word.
You'd really prefer I call you an orca?
I prefer you give up and leave.
What are you talking...
I'm sure they told you I'd been softened up. That they'd broken me and I'd be ready to sign whatever you put in front of me. Sorry to disappoint you. But the Hound of Ikaria doesn't heal. Ugh.
Sugai. Sasuke, I'm gonna repeat myself plainly. And slowly, because you clearly have multiple head injuries. I am not a lawyer. I am your lawyer.
Right then. Very good. Thank you for coming. I apologize if I misspoke just now.
I'd misspeak too if I'd lost as much blood as you. Morgan, Esquire. I'll be representing you from here on out.
Sosuke of House Ikaria. Sarah, paralegal and bartender. You're very young to have 2 jobs, or 10 bar. Well, it is only part-time. Right. So tell us, Sosuke of House Ikaria, what is your routine? You look very fit. My what? Are you asking about... Do you not have me on file? Sorry, which firm are you from? DDD? MPM?
I'm in private practice.
You mean you're not?
A mob lawyer? No, but please don't hold it against me. Everyone has to start the path to corruption somewhere.
There are serious risks involved in representing a man with my background against charges like these.
It's very sweet of you to...
They say I killed a cop, miss. I realize I may look like a sorry state at the moment, but I've not fallen so low that I'd sully the house's name by dragging a civilian into...
Makoto thought differently.
The young master? You've seen him? How is he? Where is he? Is he unharmed?
He was sitting pretty atop a literal throne, surrounded by armed guards last time I checked.
Thank you for that. No one's told me anything, and if the young master has spoken on this matter, I won't go against his judgment. But I do hope you understand what you're getting into.
I'm already in it, Sasuke. How well I understand what I'm in is something I think you'd be able to help with.
Very well. What do you want to know?
Everything about you. So far, all I know about you is your first and last name.
It's a very important last name, but I take your meaning. And in truth, the first thing you should know is that I'm not worthy of it.
Why? You disqualified due to pre-existing conditions?
I was born Sosuke Hayakawa, fourth son of a distant branch family. The only reason I bear the name of Ikaria is because I was adopted into the main house as an infant, in exchange for a lifelong service to the main family.
Sounds like a great deal.
Lifelong? How did you serve the Ikaria as an infant?
There are various tax benefits if you have exactly 2 children.
Don't be absurd. I am what you would call a bodyguard. From the time I was able to walk, I was trained to be of service to the house by protecting the air with my life.
From the time you're able to walk? There's a lot of demand for toddler bodyguards?
All that's ever been asked of me is that I stand in the right place at the right time. You mean like in family photographs? Like in front of a blade. Even a child can manage that. The house has given me everything I've ever had and taught me everything I've ever known. What meager service I can offer in return means nothing compared to the debt I owe them. You view your relationship with your family as a transaction? It is not something so cold, girl. It's a matter of loyalty.
Right. So if you were standing before a judge and they asked your name and occupation, you would say, "My name is Suzuki Ikaria, and I'm an eternal servant for a living."
I would say my name is Sosuke Ikaria, and I work as a head of personal security for the Ikaria Financial Group.
There he is. Head of personal security, Ikaria Group. Likes whetstones, paperbacks, matcha. Dislikes the opera, wasabi, and insects. His favorite author is Alexandre Dumas. Must be a fan of the Three Musketeers, I guess. He likes cafe americano. His default status is non-work related messages will be blocked. Also, he's a centimeter taller than me.
Ugh. And what does that entail exactly? I'm the young master's bodyguard, and I lead all the security teams.
Well, nice to properly meet you.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And I'm Sarah, paralegal and bartender, part-time. And I'm Miss Harriet. Yes,
Pauline.
I believe you already mentioned that. It seemed like we were all doing it twice. Well, thank you for your paralegal services, Sarah.
And here I had the impression you had no sense of humor.
What do you mean? It seems in this particular instance, Adonai, it was you who misidentified his proper manners at being sarcastic.
Glad we've all broken the ice. Makoto told me that this all started because you were taken captive yesterday. What happened?
It was 2 p.m. The young master had just finished a meeting with a VIP in Crane Tower, floor 108.
2 p.m.? He wasn't in school?
I'll ask that you refrain from mocking the young master in my presence. He is a child, anyone can see that. But you have no idea the pressures that have been placed on him.
Whatever my client wants.
As I was saying, it was just after 2 p.m. Me and the rest of my team escorted him to the elevators along our planned exit route. But our lift stopped suddenly, in between floors 61 and 62. That was when I made a mistake. I had a bad feeling. Thought it best to get Makoto to the ground floor ASAP. So I forced the elevator open, crawled out, and pulled him out after me. But just as he got out, the elevator started up again, separating us from the rest of the guard. It was a trap.
A 50-51. Staying wasn't safe either. If they could stop the elevator, it's not a stretch to think they could drop it too. He just lost the coin flip when he decided to exit.
Yes, Sarah, it was a trap. Floors 60 through 70 were undergoing heavy retrofitting. The other elevators weren't responding. Comms were jammed. I'd reviewed the entire building's blueprints beforehand. Not very useful information, obviously, for a floor undergoing renovations. But I knew there was a construction elevator we could get to, on the other side of the tower. I had to act fast. There was no time to doubt myself, and I did something unforgivable.
You left the kid?
I picked him up over my shoulder. Oh, well that sounds like fun. House, forgive me. Everything the young master does for the sake of his name's dignity, and I...
Kids are tougher than you'd think. I think he'll get over it. So you escorted him to the service elevator. I take it that's when things...
Yes, I'm sorry, but I only remember a few vague details about what happened next. But I'll tell you what little I can. After I activated the lift, 2 assailants emerged from under a tarped doorway at my 7 o'clock. One tall, one slim. Tall was about 190 centimeters, and his weight, I'd say 100 kilograms with the mods. Thin was maybe 175 centimeters, but slouched. Modded as well, but what I saw looked stripped down, so he couldn't have been heavier than 70 kilo. They had needle guns, slow to fire and slow to take effect. A memorable choice. Taller one shot first, jerked his arm when he pulled the trigger. A bad habit usually favored by street slinger thugs who are used to compensating for the kickback of jailbroken zippers. He might as well have been aiming at the ceiling. Thin lines up the shot properly, laser sight dialed in on the young master's left trapezoid. I shift into a horse rider stance and deflect the needle with my weapon.
Horse stance!
The lift doors open behind me just as another shooter steps forward at my 3 o'clock. Or so I thought. But all they had was a laser pointer, literally a cheap trick. But it worked. I hear a click from my 8 o'clock, turn my neck, and feel a weight punch into my deltoid, a dullish kind of pain for an instant. I realize I'm already going numb, and that's when I squeeze. Squeeze?
He's talking about his mods.
That's how I've always described it. Others say they flex or pull or hold. I squeeze. Akita Type 2 external thoracic booster. Some burst strength and pain killing capabilities, but in short, it's a reflex enhancer. Make 1 second feel like 15 in hindsight.
He's got a bullet time mod.
And it makes it feel like you ran a marathon during those 15 seconds once the kickback gets you. But I digress. I moved. Got Makoto into the elevator and wrenched the doors shut myself. Taking 3 more needles to the back in the process. I remember saliva pooling on my lip and then cold concrete scratching my cheek.
Alright, Sosuke. So you're guarding Makoto, these men laid a trap, targeted him with tranks, failed, then they take you instead?
Yes, to my great shame. You were outnumbered and ambushed, but you still managed to protect Makoto. What's there to be ashamed of? That I didn't see it coming.
You're saying this has happened before?
Dozens of attempts in the past year. Some headed off in the early stages, some sidestepped entirely, and some stopped with force. I knew their tactics and I knew our vulnerabilities. Yet still I failed. Sosuke, that is...
Not incorrect.
Adonai.
Am I wrong? Shouldn't a bodyguard get at least 1 shot off before being taken down?
Shot? What do you mean shot? You were not carrying a firearm? No. No one on the team had guns.
How's that?
None of us on the security team had firearms with us.
But you're a gangster.
I'm a head of personnel security for the Ikaria Financial Group. Walking onto an allied group's property armed to the teeth insults their hospitality and makes the house look insecure, or worse, impotent.
Oh, I'm not a security expert, but I do think there's some gray area between armed to the teeth and empty-handed. I mean, didn't you say you just deflected their attack?
I was not defenseless just because I wasn't carrying a gun.
Oh?
I had my sword.
So lame.
So cool.
You walk around with, what, a samurai sword?
You just assume that it's a katana?
Is it?
Yes. It is a signifier of my position within the house, and shows that I am acting as a representative of it. Is it ceremonial, then? No, it is quite sharp.
I can attest to that.
Though it's probably in terrible condition by now, seeing how this city's police manhandle everything else they touch.
Speaking of which, perhaps we should move on to the night's main event. They tried for Makoto, got you instead, and took you to the lower wards. Why?
I've been wondering that myself. Aren't you essentially worthless?
As a hostage, she means.
Know that. Thinking back, I was surprised myself to wake up at all, let alone in captivity. But it seems they had questions they wanted to ask me.
What do you remember?
Whatever they used on me, I can remember some things, but how much of it was real, what order it happened in, it's all...
Just say whatever comes to mind. It can be anything, sights, smells, voices. There are no wrong answers.
I was bound, my wrists bound above my head, tied to something that smelled like iron and rattled like old iron. Tiles beneath my feet, some kind of bathroom or decontamination area.
Good guess.
They asked me questions. I said things, loose lips, like being drunk for the first time again. But I'm confident that other than vulgarities, it was all incoherent. Because there were shocks, the taste of blood. I must have bit my tongue during the spasms. And there were beatings, of course.
I wouldn't have guessed.
Adonai, do you need corrective lenses?
Sarcasm is just how I grieve a lost opportunity, Sarah.
Lost opportunity?
Yeah, it's a damn shame. From what I can see, a pretty face like yours would go a long way with a jury if it wasn't pulverized.
Ridiculous.
Is he blushing?
I agree about his face, Adonai, but I don't believe it is his only strong feat. Let us move on. Really? Well, in that case, how did your captivity end? Do you recall escaping? I was blindfolded the entire time, but my ears weren't boxed so bad. There was a door that squeaked and whined, so I always knew when someone was coming or going.
Aniel, what are you doing?
He's being a little man.
He's being a bandit.
He's
Criminal.
being a little man. One voice asked questions mostly. It was light. Another voice grunted when he hit me, heavy. Other voices came and went, and then eventually there was talk. Through the door I heard they were all talking to someone else. A new voice? Was it high-pitched or low, loud or soft?
It doesn't matter. What's important is that it belonged to someone new. Someone besides you and the dead who was there last night.
Did you make out any part of their conversation? No, not a word. But there was a loud noise, gunshots, followed by shouting and ugly sounds.
And then?
Hollow pain in my skull as I lost consciousness again. When I came to, I had something in my hand. In my hands. Something sharp. I didn't even think to ask what it was or where it came from. I just started working at the bindings, rushed and clumsy, poked myself in the process. But I cut them loose, then took the gag out. The blindfold was so tight, I cut it rather than try, and... the damn thing must have been acting as a bandage, because when I took it off, between the light and pain, I thought my head had split open. It took me long enough to stand up. Felt like I could lie on that cold, disgusting floor forever if I just... But something was poking me. Something tucked into my waistband.
The gun.
A gun. Imagine my surprise. Checked the safety of the chamber reflexively, but only saw 2 spent slugs. I was too tired to be confused, so I just walked out that squeaky door and into red. Just red. And then I was blinking at an IV, handcuffed to a stretcher in an ambulance, some cop reading me my rights, saying that I killed 5 people. No, wait, some judge or official said that later. When I woke up in the ambulance, all they said was that I was a cop killer. Omitting some strong language. I don't understand. You were held captive, interrogated, tortured. But then you woke up armed and were able to escape? The cops didn't ask me any questions, and I wouldn't have answered if they had. It's been nearly a full day, and I'm just now saying it aloud for the first time. It truly sounds absurd.
This is your world, Sosuke, not mine. Do you have any theories on what happened?
Only two possibilities come to mind. In the first scenario, one or more of my captors wanted to kill me but needed an excuse to do so. So they let me escape. They give me a knife and an unloaded gun, then wait for me to stumble out so they can mist me and be done with it. But the plan doesn't work. Somehow I limp out of that room and shoot, cut, stab, kill them all.
That would be quite the feat, given the condition you were in.
Yes, a tale for the ages.
But it's not possible.
Why isn't it possible?
Even if he had the motive and they were stupid enough to give him the opportunity, he was still lacking bullets. In the brief I read, 2 of the pod were shot to death. I'm sure you're highly qualified, Sasuke, but I doubt you can fire a gun without bullets.
No, I cannot. As I said, the gun I woke the gun I woke up with had already fired both its shots. So if we tell the police that the gun wasn't loaded, wouldn't that clear Sasuke's name for 2 of the murders?
There's no proof the gun was already empty by the time he got his hands on it.
She's right. That gun was some kind of jailbroken mag rail. The only residue it'd leave behind is static. So long as my prints are on it, that's all the evidence they need to claim I fired it.
Wait, I just realized. You're found unconscious on the scene, and your fingerprints are on the murder weapon. I don't think we can help you. That's way too incriminating.
That's cut and dry.
Cut and dry. Case closed. How about that second possibility then?
The second possibility is that someone walked into that building, killed my captors, and then tried to frame me for it. That sounds like lunacy.
Well, we've already eliminated the other possibility. Insane trumps impossible. Joker is impossible. I forgot my bit. I forgot to do my bit. Like it or not, this Bad Samaritan theory is our best shot. What is it?
I'm just surprised you believe me. You haven't even asked if I did it.
I never ask. It helps that I can usually tell.
Wise policy for the world you're setting foot into. Not as if it makes any difference here. Even I don't know if I'm guilty. You were drugged and beaten. You're still injured, even now. And we just reasoned that you couldn't have killed your captors without help. What makes you think you might... What makes you think you might still be guilty? Because I've killed before.
A pale spark flickers at the back of my mind. My index finger rises slightly and my lips part. Was I expecting this? Stepping into the criminal underworld? Looking forward to it? The rare opportunity to speak frankly with someone else who's... You mean...
Yes. I was in the military.
Okay.
I've taken lives, many times. That doesn't make you a murderer. Soldiers are given orders.
That's up to debate, Sarah.
I've killed people. Whether or not a superior asked me to doesn't change that fact. But soldiers...
Are you a soldier, Sarah?
No.
So drop it.
She's good at following orders. It can take years to acquire that skill.
Well, I imagine it comes easy for an android.
Yes, I suppose that's... Wait, that's an android?
Did you miss the glowing barcode?
And ignore my self-introduction? Look, I'm tired. I thought those were highlights or something. Did my hair catch your eye? You have discerning taste. You see, each strand is actually...
Was there something you wanted to say, Sasuke?
I've taken lives before, and so I know how I feel afterwards. Thin.
And how do you feel right now?
Right now I feel...
What is it? You remember something?
Yes. After I stepped out that door, I said I saw red. But I do remember one other sensation. I remember the feeling of gripping my sword. That brief you read, it listed all the charges, all the causes of death. The fifth man, the cop they say I killed. How did he die?
Stabbed through the back with a sword! Skewered like a piece of goddamn meat! And you got the balls to ask us to carry him to a hospital? I don't think that's quite how I phrased the request. Can you do Sarah in London?
I've been paying close attention. Would you like me to play back what you said? Not right now, Sparky. Reyes, she's just doing her job. It's not like she's asking.
Oh, save the lecture, gray hair. Look, that's gray hair. He's a homicide detective, first class. You like duct tape? Duct tape. Mascara?
Oh, man who likes mascara. That's nice. We need more of those. Dislikes parking lots, ties honeydew. He's the best at finding new restaurants. Commendation none displayed at his workstation. Wardrobe, more expensive than it looks. He's got you know, I never pointed that, he's kind of got a Columbo kind of, I mean, the collar is not really Columbo, but...
Neither is the turtleneck.
Never mind.
Ray. Come on, my hair isn't... It's graying, maybe, but...
In case I haven't made it clear, I never liked you, Morgan.
You're breaking my heart. I hadn't noticed.
I never took you for a mob lawyer.
Whatever my client's association might be.
He's a cop killer.
Innocent until proven guilty isn't a phrase I coined myself, Detective Reyes. Homicide detective, third class. Like sneakers, volcanoes, the Paralympics. Dislike scalpers, hoarders, anis. As in... Favorite TV civil engineering documentaries. Shampoo? Don't know. Conditioner's more important. Undefeated at volleyball. Isn't she kind of small for that? It's actually somewhat important.
Oh, don't worry about that. The proving won't take us long at all.
Do you always take pride in rushing your investigations? We've all seen the same intake file by now, yeah? It's the Sosuke Ikariama's medical records. He's got injuries noted at the time. Blood from various sources across the interior front of the body. Numerous bones in left hand broken, as if from impacting a hard surface. Slight laceration found on left hand. Internal bleeding throughout the torso and skull. Bruising and rub burns on both wrists as if bound. Numerous bruises on the anterior front side of the body. Others, blood across the top of feet and pant legs. Largest wound found on the crown of the skull, back of the head, near the top. At the time of booking, numerous additional injuries were noted, including bruises to the left eye, busted lip, broken nose, boxed left ear, blunt trauma to anterior front side of the head. When or where these additional injuries were sustained is not noted. My client was in bad shape when he was arrested, but his wounds were treated in medical transport. Yet, somehow, in between arriving in the station and his booking, all his wounds were reopened, and some of them had multiplied. Tell me if you can, Grey Detective, how will we ever solve the mystery of the reappearing fractured skull?
The client was being moved between floors. He struggled trying to escape.
And then he fell down the stairs? Really? Was there a lawnmower waiting at the bottom? Look, we are all adults here. So let's just say it. Your coworkers kicked the shit out of him.
Oh, what do you want me to do about it?
I want you to uphold the law. For some reason, I thought you cared about that.
Police badge isn't a time machine. By the time we took custody, he was already...
She's right, Tiger. What's done is done. You know you've got a snowball's chance in hell of proving your client was assaulted while in police custody. And you'll never get charges brought against the officers who did it. So try asking for something doable.
Don't go giving away all my best tricks. The door in the face tactic is already fragile. I want him to see a doctor.
Gotta be shitting me. That's a blooded KW in here with military-grade mods. He's not leaving this building.
But we could have a doctor brought here.
Give him the chance to take a hostage?
He's not the 99 man, Reyes. He can't break his cuffs.
Don't say 99, man. You don't even know what that means. You're too old.
The 99 man refers to a theoretical state of being in which a human has replaced as much of their body with cybernetics equivalent as possible, thereby becoming someone who is 99% machinist, technically still human. The rest of this I don't think matters. How about a medic who can't be taken hostage?
Medical ad?
Sure, great. Let's see if we can't negotiate his premium lower while we're at it.
Is that a refusal, Detective Reyes?
Oh, I didn't say no, did I?
Great. He also needs a protective detail.
Lady, I swear to...
Counselor, protective details are comprised of off-duty cops. I don't think that'll have the outcome you're looking for.
No, but if my client is left unattended one more night, he's likely to be declared unfit to stand trial. When he shows up to court with his head caved in. An outcome I genuinely believe you're not looking for either.
We could keep him here.
What, in the interrogation room? Counseling quarter.
Counseling corridor. Table can't be moved, but if you slide the chairs out of the way, the floor is not actually that hard.
How do you even know that?
Given what other lodgings he's had in the last 24 hours, I don't think your client would mind.
So if Detective Reyes and Detective London take shifts keeping watch...
Now we're keeping watch?
It is the homicide department's counseling quarter.
You think I give a shit what happened to that son of a bitch? You think I wouldn't walk in here myself and...
You wouldn't.
What?
It's not in your nature.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
You either have it or you don't.
Trust me, if I had the chance to take a swig of that son of a bitch...
Yeah, you're all you called him that. A piece of shit, a bastard, a killer. But unlike every other cop I walked past to get in here, you've yet to call Sosuke an animal.
So what? What the hell does that matter?
It's the only thing that matters. I've got the outsider's perspective, so I know. Your average human can do anything to anyone, so long as they're not a person.
Whatever. Think what you want, creep.
Well, so long as that's your only request, we should be able to...
I need to get into the crime scene as soon as possible.
You gotta be... What, like tonight?
She's not rushing more than anyone else, Sunshine. Everyone up the line has been raring to go at this, now that Sasuke's actually got a lawyer.
Sasuke.
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 What?
Sasuke.
It's not Sasuke, it's
Sasuke. That's Naruto is next door. No.
Or maybe if that son of a bitch hadn't clammed up all day, we wouldn't...
She said it again.
Whatever, pig then, counselor. You can bully us into guard duty or escort duty, but we can't do both.
Well, I need both. You'll have to split up. But I can help with that. Or rather, Sarah can.
I can?
Of course you can. You can go treat Sosuke.
Adonai, I am not trained in...
Oh, I love this bitch. She's pretending she doesn't remember being registered as my medical ad.
Yes, I would never forget that unforgettable experience. but I've never done first aid before.
Well, watch a tutorial first. Use lots of sanitizer.
Just hand her some bandages and she'll get Sosuke looking good as new in no time. Then you can plop her in front of the door, and even 20 crooked cops working together couldn't get her to budge.
That much is certainly accurate. I have a strong core, so if I focus my focus and lower my center of gravity,
Well, thanks for the sales pitch, but it doesn't mean shit. The crime scene is in the lower wards. If you think after what happened last night that any cop with a pulse would go down there without their partner,
It's okay, Sunshine. I'll take her down there.
is everyone else in here huffing Nirvana? London, it's in blue blood territory.
Blue Blood territory, outskirts, really.
You lost the whole pod. They'll be swarming the place. You can't go down there without backup.
Backup, huh? You know Mac from Contraband?
Skinny guy? Kind of a perv?
Yeah, he's skinny. Look, he's got crime scene analysis sweeps going over that place with a fine comb right now. Drones, probes, the works. They'll have eyes on him before we get within 5 minutes of the place. They'll have eyes on us.
Whatever. Just keep in contact for once. I hope you're being generously compensated, Eve. Selling your soul to the mob. Be a shame if you didn't at least get a good price. Are you coming, Blinkers? Gotta find where they store the med kits in this dusty old pieces. Go on.
I'll be right behind you, Detective.
Sorry about that. She's still new to all this, really. Not old like me.
I'm so old. I'm 40 years old. I'm so old. She does seem to be on edge, more so than usual.
It's her first time losing a fellow officer. I think she's taking it pretty hard.
Maybe even personally. Did they know each other?
Alright. You gather up your things, I'll go bring us up a ride.
Great. Thanks for all the help, Detective. You're a lifesaver. Oh, this is one occasion where I wouldn't have any trouble finding the place.
Which way? Beg pardon? Right or left? You didn't tell me which way the crime scene was, Detective, so how would I know how to get there?
Is that a Columbo?
Yes. It was the last Peter Culp is the Murderer episode, the one with the subliminal messaging.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that one in a while.
Really didn't take you that long to patch him up, huh? Now we just wait here all night. The clock runs pretty slow.
If you're not doing anything else, Detective, might you be interested in answering some questions?
And then Detective Rise told Sarah all about cars. And we are gonna stop here because I feel like it's getting a little late and I don't want to start the next scene. I think this is a fine place to stop. I'm getting a sleepy. Getting a little slimpy.
Pauline Ragney, the big slim bee.
A slight slims. Anyway, how do we feel about episode 2 so far? I like it.
E.
I really like how they draw Morgan when she does the murders. Like, she just looks like a goblin. I feel like anyone else wouldn't resist the temptation to make Morgan look real sexy and hot while doing murder. But these artists were
What,
like...
are you saying she didn't?
Well, I mean, I suppose that depends on your definitions. Like, she looked like an imp.
You are getting booped.
You're getting booped. Good night, everybody.
Good night, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.